But anyway, so I put the DVD in though because you know, I got this big old fancy TV here in my apartment.
Hi, and we're live on YouTube, by the way.
Hey,
yay! Because you know, can't hold us down. I'm trying to figure out. It wouldn't let me post a description in the YouTube, but I guess that's fine. It's a different. It looks like a different player than the Hermione one, but it's okay. So hello, YouTube people. We have one person watching, apparently, which is great.
Hey, yay!
Hello, that one person.
Amy said to share it on all our personal pages or go on our personal pages.
And
I did do that.
Are you personally live, Alice?
No. I shared the live video.
So Hermione Granger is
page.
live on Facebook. I am. Yep. There's 2 people watching, and they are part of the presentation.
Yay! Hello.
Yes. Okay.
Do you guys want to let those 3 people know what we are doing so far? The competitions and or
Yes.
funness
Okay.
that we're
So
doing
here's
so
the
far.
things that we're doing. Is one, we're watching Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and we are playing a drinking game. We are taking drinks at several different times, and I might have forgotten part of the rules. Like every time somebody says Harry Potter's full name, we drink, and every time we see a dead person, including ghosts, we drink, and every time someone says a Hogwarts house, and every time someone says Voldemort or any of his like pseudonyms, and anytime you see somebody drink or you see a flashback, I think that is all of them.
I think that's all.
I think that's all of them. So that's what we're doing as our general activity, but also if you go to our Indiegogo campaign, which is in the description over here. I think it's over there for you guys. Woohoo!
Yeah.
The link is there. And if you go to our campaign page and make a donation, any donation of any denomination, Megan, who is standing in the kitchen, will take a shot. Literally anything. $1, $5.
50 cents.
Literally 50 cents. I don't even know you can donate 50 cents, but she will take a shot for 50 cents.
We can
That's
also,
not a shot.
We can take a drink when Harry impersonates a spider, which is the one time.
That one time. Okay. So, or also we're having a competition for clever donation names. So if you donate $1, only $1, you only need $1 to participate, and you set your display name to something clever. You can make fun of Harry Potter, or you can make fun of us, or you can just make a funny pun, or anything you can imagine. And if it's clever, we will pick our favorites, and that person is going to win a prize. We have a tote bag, and we have a t-shirt, and we're going to mail it to you in the mail. Or if you live here in Los Angeles, we'll hand it to you with our hands.
Oh,
like, here's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
That'll be really
so
nice.
far, the current winner is Megan Take a Shot, which was clever, if I do say so myself. It was not me, but I thought it was clever on their part.
I did think that was really
It's like a 2-for-1. You got to make Megan take a shot because she has to take over a donation, and then also you get to win our competition. So far, you get to play the silly names game.
I thought that was very
Right?
clever.
Like, that's clever. That's clever. That's what's happening.
Clever. Okay.
So we were watching Harry Potter on YouTube, and we were doing a hangout and sharing Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And then we got shut down
Yes.
because Warner Brothers owns that or
Yeah.
whatever. So here we are.
So whoopsie.
We're gonna watch it, but you
Hey,
can't
girl.
watch it. But we're gonna watch it and talk about it. Anyways, what is happening with that? So loud. So we're gonna watch it and talk about it. Also, we talked about when we started it, and we were talking about the opening and how like cinematic it is. What is happening?
Oh, it's Megan's. It's connected to the speaker.
Oh, it should be done. I was just adding videos to my Insta story, Facebook story. Sorry.
But that's what because it was like a random noise.
Okay, so we were talking about the opening and about how like cinematic the start of the 6th film is, and how wonderful that is, and about how awesome that scene in the subway is, and that billboard, and how like just beautiful that random billboard ad was, the Muggle perfume ad
Yep.
and how attached to it we felt. Like I went to the studio tour in London and saw it on the wall and like had a moment.
Comments.
Yeah, well, then talk
I
about
did.
them. You looked at them.
No, I responded.
Yeah, I know.
It's Corte. He said, "Hey, boo." I said, "Hey."
No, I just literally said, "Oh, there's comments." I wasn't saying.
Oh, I
like,
see.
I wasn't saying like,
engaged
"Yo,
with the comments.
what the fuck comments?" I literally was just like, "Oh, there's comments."
Yeah, there are. Okay,
No.
good work.
I
Good work.
said, "What's up to Corte?" That's
Okay.
Corte knows.
So we were talking about a billboard that we saw.
Yes.
We liked it. Oh, and then there's that diner scene, and you were talking about your favorite character in the whole Harry Potter
in the Harry Potter
franchise
series was the black girl from
the diner who
diner.
serves Harry Potter coffee. I think. Did she
And
not
then-
even? She
No,
didn't
she
even.
didn't. She was.
She
gonna
didn't serve
have
him
jack
jack
shit.
shit.
coffee.
They
Yes.
made plans, and then he stood her up.
He read a newspaper at a table in her
Oh,
section.
it's fantastic.
Seems to have bought nothing, and then she flirted with him, and they made plans for a date. Which is like, you got to be real cute to pick up a waitress when you just took up a table in her section and didn't buy
didn't
anything.
even buy anything.
And then we saw Slughorn and we were talking about the VFX.
Oh
And we were
yeah,
talking
because
about the
he's like
VFX.
couch,
And
and
yes,
then he
London is
stands
amazing.
up.
And we're gonna go one day.
Which I mean, obviously you know
Oh.
that, but like it was just very impressive because then he stands up and he's wearing like couch pajamas.
it's awesome.
and
And
his
then the one
arms
hand
are
is
like
stays a
couch
couch.
arms, you know. And like he shakes this one out and his hand is there, but the other one is still like a couch arm. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
And
good.
yes.
It's just good costume design. is what I'm saying.
It's really great. I
Good
love it. It's
filmmaking.
really good practical props.
yes.
Oh, so good.
Yes.
Also, I'm eating on camera, and I'm not sorry for nourishing my body. Get over it.
There you
Also,
go.
I love
That
you.
camera
I
is
love
great.
you so much.
Also, Megan is not currently on camera, but she is here. That's
That's
the
not
right
me.
way. That's the right way. There she is. Oh.
I'll come up here.
What
Okay,
the
there
funny
it
thing is,
I've never seen a Harry Potter film.
See?
Oh,
I told
you were
I
talking
said
about
that. I'm
this.
like, there are people.
Eliana did say there were people who watched the show who had
Have
not seen the
no
Harry Potter films, which is
idea.
crazy.
Sorry that I'm like.
Well, which is
almost
like
in your salad. No.
also part of why we wanted to show you guys the film. While we
I
talked about it,
I
but
didn't play the movie, but
instead we are all gonna just talk about this film you've
never.
never seen. Well, it's off screen, and you're just gonna know all about it. It's great.
I think if you watch
There's
this
now a
Corte,
man in a couch outfit.
you would actually really like this movie.
Slughorn.
It's a really good movie. You should
And he
watch
still has a
Harry
couch
Potter and the
arm,
Half-Blood. And then we should go to London, and then you can see why we were also excited about the bridge and the perfume sign, which is actually at the studio tour, which I did do, and it
It
was
is.
amazing.
Yes, the studio tour is like magic.
The studio tour is
magic.
phenomenal.
There are multiple times when you round a corner and you see something, and you're just
Oh
like,
my
oh.
I went with non-Harry Potter people, and
What?
I could, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, because we did a whole like England tour, and
Oh, okay.
I went with one of my best friends, Joseph, and his sister. Shout out Joseph and Laura.
Hey, Joseph and Laura.
And so the
If you want a shout out like that, contribute.
yes, um,
Or go back in time and go
We
to the
had
Harry Potter
done-
studio tour. With
we
No,
had
just contribute.
we had done a bunch of Shakespeare stuff, which is what he really liked,
Okay.
and then we did all the Harry Potter stuff, which is what I liked, and I wanted to be there for like 5 hours, and I could tell that after the first hour, he and his sister were like, "We're kind of done, but we're
Then you
just
should
we're
have been
gonna,
like, okay, go.
we're gonna
I'll
let
see
you."
you later.
I
Thank you
know,
for
literally.
dinner.
I was like,
That's really sweet.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
you know,
It's true.
That's
It's
nice.
true.
Thank you.
It's true.
He said, which is a testament to your storytelling. I was totally engaged because he's
Even
never
if
seen a
it's
Harry
very
Potter movie,
Aw.
Which is
but he
Which is
watches
totally
the show. Yes.
you create like these really great characters who are really cool, independent of their inspiration.
Yay!
Yeah.
That feels good.
Yeah. Well, you know,
That
it
feels
should.
good.
It should.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and then like look
Wait
at
till
the
you see the
brocade
second
on this
season.
guy's collar that's supposed to like it's like so couchy.
It's very.
Yeah.
I will say this costume, they killed it.
Yes. They
They,
really
like.
really,
oh,
really
I can't do it yet.
Yeah, we're not allowed to drink. I keep
Oh,
trying.
I just sipped.
Yeah, I keep trying
Yeah.
to drink and it's
So
like
Corte, because we're watching the movie and there's like, we're doing a drinking game. So there's all this stuff. I'm trying to
There's
follow
all
the
this
rules,
stuff.
but it's
A
really
lot
good
of
but we
wine.
just want to drink
And
is
I
the
keep
problem.
meaning to like
That's
get
very
into
nice.
it, but every
Some
time
specific
it's like, put
rules.
yours on top of yourself.
And it's like,
You
can
want-
somebody
you want
please
to
just
drown.
say Harry
No,
Potter
because I can
so
be
we
Oscar.
can drink?
I feel like Slughorn had to have said it though.
It's all right.
Slughorn is a total first and last name user.
Yes, but like he's also like, you know, he tries to be all like
Shout out to Harry's mom being 47 in high school. Honestly.
You're right.
They were like
GED.
Yeah, that's right, Lily.
They did
Don't
not
give
really
up.
cast like a younger like Lily.
Yeah, Corte. Wait a second. Meanwhile, Corte, I think what I'm gonna do is have my glass for the game, and then I'm gonna have my glass for life.
I don't need a game to drink. No, we don't need the game to drink. The
We're
game
trying
is
to like abide by the
trying
rules.
to curb our drinking, I guess.
Right.
It's really good though. Is this a Merlot cap?
It is a cab.
Very
It
good.
is Josh cab, which is my fave. And very reasonably priced.
I found
fan of
that
Josh.
I found that wine in New Orleans because the like construction guy, the most amazing, fantastic, nice, hilarious human in New Orleans, his name was Josh, and we just like we're Josh Murphy, and he like, and then shortly after that, I found in New Orleans this wine called Josh, and I was like, Josh, I got you some wine. Oh my god, that's how I discovered Josh.
It's
It
so
is a
good.
great wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's a
I keep
Paso Robles
grabbing-
wine, which is where my
Oh.
fiance is from, and where I'm getting where my wedding reception is.
Oh.
Not like at Josh,
But yeah, but like
which would have been dope.
what
because I love
Oh
that
my God.
wine.
Yeah.
But in at another winery,
the Josh Winery should become fans of our show and sponsor the
yeah, did you hear that? You hear that, Josh?
We like your wine.
Yeah.
Love
Hermione,
it. Love
we
your
love
wine.
Let's just drink.
I know. I literally just keep reaching
Forget
for
all
my
these
glass.
labels. Let's
That's
just
not
drink.
my phone. Where's my phone?
That's my phone. Thank you for
Oh,
trying,
yours
you
was
trying to
the
give my
charger.
phone away?
No, she asked if it was her phone, and I picked it up to give to
it's
her.
My phone's in phone jail.
Phone jail. Oh, when it's charging, I see. As punishment for
Corte, send me the video. Don't send
I
it to Megan.
I
Send it to
have
me.
the video.
Let's pop over to
What
YouTube.
video?
I like.
What are we
Do I
talking
have
about?
it? Corte,
Okay.
did you send it to me? Cortree, did you send it to me? You said you were going to.
No.
No,
That's
I
okay.
don't have it. I don't have it.
Oh,
I'm excited about your one friend. Okay.
yeah.
So what are we doing about?
Okay, so they just,
Apparated?
yeah. Side note, you ladies are killing the messy hair tonight.
Wow. First of all, that is rude.
No,
Just
it's a compliment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You said we were killing
No,
it.
you're killing it. Like, you look really good.
But it's just like when you say the messy hair game, it's like, I don't know. Like,
No, I mean I'll own it. Do you see this?
I feel like,
messy ass
okay,
soft
I feel like the context you need is like, he's black. And so, like, like casual white girl hair is like a thing.
but casual white girl
No,
hair
I
is different
don't. I
than
don't know what
messy.
you mean by
I
it's like
don't.
a thing.
Like, we like it.
Oh,
You like messy hair?
That's what I'm saying. You're like, what? That's rude. But I'm like, no, that's actually a very high compliment.
okay.
So messy hair is a good
Yeah,
thing.
like, she got her little bun. You got your, like, little, like, fangs to the back.
I mean, I
right.
just
Okay.
put
Okay.
bobby pins in my hair.
Which is, I literally just said, I'm trying to give you the context. Like, it's not a big deal to you, but this is one of those things that's like, nobody is. So anyway, he's complimenting you. He's not trying to be rude about your hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, see?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Super relaxed.
I posted it in the Get Hermione her coins text group.
This new one?
The new. Oh, hello. Wait, someone else is here. Hello.
Who are
Who are you? Say hi, because I don't think if we can tell who you are, we don't know how. So you should say hi.
Hello, second viewer.
Okay. Not
We'll shout you
sociable.
out.
Not sociable, I guess.
That's okay.
That's okay. Hi.
We love that you're here.
Oh. Sorry, I got unrelated text message about my short film.
Ooh,
Yay,
I
short
apologize.
film news.
Yes, I know.
That's amazing.
Some website is going to host us for the next 2 months.
Ah,
Right? I know. Cool, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I can't cheers
The
to that because
Nazi
I'm not
short film.
allowed to drink.
No, fuck this. Fuck. We don't have enough drinking rules.
You know what? You told me
We're not paying any
you told
attention.
me-
Or they could have given
They
us
could
a
have
lot
said
of
Harry
chances to
Potter
drink
like
and
6 times by now. So I'm gonna
we're
take like
not.
6
We have
drinks.
3 viewers. Who's the third person? You guys, who
Hi.
are you?
Oh, they're gone.
We're here.
You called them
they
out.
were
and they left.
popping.
No. Oh,
For the
well.
second viewer.
The second
Really,
viewer is
Hi.
probably
for the
one of
second
us.
viewer who joined us, really quick.
It is probably less.
$1 contribution for every funny name. Or if you donate
Exactly.
$1 for if you contribute $1 to our campaign and you create a funny name,
Ooh.
you could be in a
Are
contest
they
to
about
win
to
an
do
awesome
the,
tote bag.
Are they about to do
Number
the-
2, I'm taking a shot for every contribution that you give.
The what's it called? What is it called?
Unbreakable Vow?
Is that a drink?
Oh, they are.
And
Okay, so Narcissa.
That is technically on the drinking game rules. You didn't let me read it.
What is it?
Oh, when they do the unbreakable. Okay, well, we're doing all of the
You're
rules.
supposed to do a waterfall.
You just
which
tell
is
us when we're.
Unbreakable
Oh
Vow.
my God!
Well, I'm
What?
not going to do a waterfall.
We
with
have to do
wine.
a waterfall with wine the whole time they do the unbreakable vow because that is what's happening on the screen. You can't see
Oh, I
for
don't know.
legal reasons. Oh, and
I know. I took a sip for the half footprint.
Wait, are we waterfalling wine?
Yes, Megan, we are. No, Eliana, we're not. But
Sorry.
yes, we are.
I'm always down for whatever when it comes to drinking, but that seems like a
God,
lot.
Narcissa is like just regal as fuck.
First of all, also too,
Costume.
and she's so talented.
Mm-hmm.
I watched because I love Peaky Blinders, and she plays Polly on. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
she plays Polly on Peaky Blinders, and I mean, obviously, I love these movies, and because she's so good, Helen McCreary, I literally like didn't even recognize that it was Narcissa, and I came, and then I was like looking her up as Polly because I was like, oh my god, I
What
love
else
her
has she
so
done?
much,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I was like, what?
What? It's Narcissa?
And because I knew it,
Yeah.
but I just, she's such a chameleon.
Look at this coat that she's
Oh.
wearing in this scene. She's got this like big collar, and she's so.
Let me ask you guys something. And this is like, does Narcissa add some platinum blonde to be a part of the Malfoy family?
No, because in the books she has all blonde hair.
But in the books, do you think that she went platinum blonde to be a member?
I
of the
feel like
Malfoy-
she probably must have because
I
like,
think she had to, and I think
she's-
that's why in the movie
she's
they
a
gave
black.
her the streak. She's a black,
yeah.
and I think that in the movie that's why they gave her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they did a two.
They were like trying to shout out to the black family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was something when I read the books, I'm always like,
But why is she blonde?
why is she platinum blonde just like Draco and just like Lucius and Draco?
And like Andromeda, do we ever find out anything about her
She's a
hair? What
brunette.
She's a brunette. So she's a brunette, and obviously Bellatrix is a brunette.
Well, I thought she had black hair.
She has black hair.
Well, but that's
in the
like
books.
dark brunette.
Yeah,
That's like dark.
I
brown.
think she has like super dark
I
brown
don't-
hair.
What white lady has black hair? Is all
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like actually black.
Yeah, just dark.
This is like
but,
dark
not
Are we supposed
brown.
to be waterfalling? Right?
Yes, we're supposed to be waterfalling right now. Oh, and look, there's the half blood.
Bring it on wine.
I can do it. I can't do this. What's the
We got a
Waterfalls when you
waterfall.
pour
You
it
just
in your
keep
mouth?
drinking. You just keep
Oh,
drinking.
okay.
the
That's
whole
what I was like.
time.
I'm not doing that, but I can drink. I think
Oh my god, that's such a long unbreakable vow.
you
Oh,
can't drink wine like that.
Uh-uh.
Oh, oh, oh. I don't
Megan's
know.
like, what do you mean you can't? Maybe you
Like I
can.
just did. Now I'm done.
Oh man.
It's still going. Holy shit.
There's
I mean-
still unbreakable vow. Oh my god, it's
Unfortunate-
over. Okay, it ended. How long is that? Trivia question. How long is the
How
unbreakable
long is
vow?
that?
I feel like that was
More
a full-
importantly,
Yeah.
my wine glass was fuller than all of yours, and it's now empty because I drank it till the.
Yeah,
it's-
you're the drunk.
I will say
already
I
knew
didn't waterfall.
I thought that you were gonna waterfall, Alice.
I didn't.
I
did.
expected more from you.
I
I thought
did.
that you would at least be. And you barely had any to begin with. You took a sip.
I continuously sit. False representation. We fucked you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
you
waterfall.
fucked me hard.
That
you
salad
guys.
does look really good. You have to see it in person.
Also, I think maybe we should. We gotta. Oh, that was Umbridge.
There's
I didn't
supposed to be.
realize
There's
Wait,
also
where's
a rule
Umbridge?
that you drink whenever Fred and George speak in unison.
Here we go.
What you did is a really funny joke. Not a funny joke, but a funny thing Jessica James told me the other day.
Yes. What did she tell you? We're on camera.
Because
Share with the
I still haven't. Okay, please do not crucify me both here in person and online. I still haven't finished. I've started, but have not finished through Deathly Hallows.
What the hell?
Okay, so anyways, the point is, so because of that, and obviously in the movies, we don't know that either of the twins die. You can't tell. It's not a thing unless you've read the books. You see red hair if you've read the books. If you haven't read the books and you see the end, you have no idea.
Really?
Honestly,
I mean,
I swear to God.
She said it, I was like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Because if you go back, honestly, if you go back, when you see that, if you go back and you have not read the books, try to watch like the whole last, 20, 30 minutes, not have read the books, and just like.
They don't even really give him a close-up.
It really, it's like in the
like
background.
wider,
And so,
he's
once
behind.
I even read the first like
I thought there was
6,
like a
5
whole-
books,
Yeah.
I knew. But not reading any of the books, watching
Right.
it the first time, I didn't pay attention to that because it's like in the
Oh.
background.
Wait a
so I
second, you didn't
know.
even know that one of them had died at all.
At all. Period.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you
At
just
all.
didn't know which one.
No. I didn't know.
Oh
that
yeah,
either of them.
It's like super hard to know.
I didn't know either of them had.
Yeah, because I remember you got spoiled during, I think, like a Hermione meeting. Wasn't it like Chase had said something?
There's a
about
lot
it?
of things that have been spoiled.
Oh, wait a
I'm
second,
not gonna
sorry, my
lie,
sister just
because
died.
and I'm trying
can't
and I'm
read
trying
that.
to keep and I'm
Right.
trying to like read as fast as I can.
Yeah.
But there's been so many things that have been spoiled. Eliana's
We
the one
talked
that's
about
spoiled.
Harry Potter a lot.
Which is why I'm not like, I can't believe you told me. I'm just like, okay, fair enough. That's something that I didn't want to hear, but it didn't happen. But my point is, what Jessica said was, because I was like, I just never know.
What?
Can I put subtitles on?
Yes, that is a great idea.
That would be a
We should
good
turn
idea.
the volume down and put the subtitles on. I do not know how.
Eliana can probably do that.
Okay, yay, Eliana, come put the subtitles.
What we do? We need subtitles.
We need subtitles.
But my whole point is that because I haven't finished Deathly Hallows.
Oh my
to know,
God.
like,
I'm getting
Which
called out for
4
murdering
girls-
myself.
Oh yeah, I was
talking
cracking up.
about movies based on
Salad.
this
So you
show,
guys are
I'd watch.
this
First of all, Portrait is amazing.
Portrait, this is one of my best friends. We met in college. He's amazing.
He is.
And he's such a troll.
Yeah, clearly.
But also too, but the thing is like, because we met like this. It was just like from day one. I don't know, you just feel like
Let me tell you something. The Ralph's Hot Bar, no, I guess this is technically the Cold Bar.
That's the cold bar.
$7.99 per pound. It's a steal. This was like, speaking of stealing,
yeah. The funny thing
did
is
you take the green pepper that you've been eyeing this whole time?
No, I wanted to. I took a
cucumber. You can have some.
But no, listen.
yeah.
Because I still haven't finished Deathly Hallows.
I'm an asshole.
What did you do?
Grab some green pepper that I'm going to steal and
Oh,
just
you know
drop
what?
it on the floor.
Languages?
Yeah, I was
Jessica James, hold on. Jessica James told
Right,
me.
what did
I
she
was
tell
like,
you?
I can't remember. I don't know which twin died because I haven't had the moment yet.
Right.
She was like, Fred Grimes was dead.
Oh.
I was like, thank you.
Well, she's not wrong.
Exactly. And I was like, that's so wrong and right. All for the right and wrong
Oh,
reasons.
man, I like that I keep looking and seeing my dumb hair.
No, well,
Hey,
of
listen,
course you
you-
love
he's
your
laughing
hair.
at this. You want
Okay,
it.
thank you, Cordry. But like other white girls will not like think that I'm rocking this sloppy ass bun. It's better now.
I disagree
It
because
just has
I
these
think
weird
I
little
think your
things
bun is
sticking out.
always so well bunned.
I don't think
Yeah.
I just have a lot of hair. I mean,
I
it's
just-
really,
my bun
that's
is
the cheat
heavy.
code. Have too much hair.
My bun is never that well bunned. I mean, I can't do buns anymore because I cut my hair. But
Yeah,
even when I
buns are-
didn't
This is
prior
a
to
fascinating
cutting
conversation. What does this have to do with hair butter? We don't know.
it, buns.
Come talk about hair.
Fred rhymes
With
with
your-
dead.
Hardcore. Oh wait, now what did he say?
Oh wait, don't ever watch.
Who
the
cares what they say? You look great. Oh,
Oh,
he's so sweet.
oh, thank you,
Thank you.
Cordry.
I said thank you.
I was gonna thank you for me.
You know who?
Oh, you know who? Oh.
Well, I waterfalled my whole fucking wine, so
He's a creepy
gotta
bloke.
refill.
He's a creepy bloke.
Like,
I
that's a
love
bad
that
thing,
line.
Megan.
Oh,
I love that.
Y'all,
I'm also 5 shots in.
I
really,
wasn't
like-
even paying attention earlier when Draco came on to like go to the shop. He is so sexy in this movie.
Oh, this was Tom at his
This is
sexy.
oh, Yes.
Can I have?
Yes, you can. It's best if you heat it up.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Yeah, this was when Tom
Give it a good 10 to 15 seconds.
His own.
Oh, and look at this shot. Look at this beautiful shot of the train, just like, and the beautiful white smoke. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Tom's like coming down the train with his like sharp ass coat. Because that's the thing is like, I guess this is supposed to be high wizarding fashion,
What is
but
this
it's the
like?
most
What is that
muggle
rock?
like.
The ruby.
Oh yeah, the darkness powder
You know
that
what?
he uses to hide on the.
I
See,
haven't,
he's like used it.
I haven't read or watched Half-Blood Prince in a long time.
Oh,
Prince is one of
so
the
this
best.
is how he hides.
No, I know, but I just forgot.
Right.
Yeah.
So he uses this like instant darkness powder. Harry does. Harry's on the train,
Yeah,
and he
then
throws it down. And it makes everything super dark.
and then he hides up the top. And
Right,
then,
and then he's on the train,
and
and
then
because
he
he's trying to spy on his
he has
enemy,
because he has
Draco
a crush
Malfoy.
on Draco.
Because he has a crush on Draco.
Because
which
Harry
is
is
not canon.
This is the literal gayest Harry Potter book because
Yeah,
half
it
of
totally
the time Harry is just like stalking Draco because he's so in love with him.
Yeah,
Also,
no, it's
too,
very
just so that you know, Courtry, sorry. When he does the powder, he has this invisibility cloak, so he puts his cloak on.
right.
That's why he does
Right.
the dark.
He does the
makes
darkness,
it
and he puts on
He
his
puts his
invisible
cloak so
cloak,
they can't see him,
and then
when
he
the powder, when the
he
darkness
hops
goes
up
away,
in the luggage rack.
then he can spy on
Right,
them.
so he's up in the luggage rack on the train. They're all on a train going to school, and he like hides, and he gets up on this luggage rack to spy on his little secret.
And Moody
enemy.
Draco, he's like,
Oh, I know. And then Moody Draco, they get to school, and he's just like, "Oh, you guys go on without me. The people I'm just sitting here chilling with on the plane or on the train."
And crossing.
And now it's all empty, and we got some mood lighting. Oh,
Yeah,
and he just dramatically
Ooh,
shut
and then
the
he
door
pulls
to the
the
train
thing
car,
down.
and
Oh,
he pulls down
Oh,
the
oh,
oh, and then he goes, "Didn't Mommy tell you it was rude to eavesdrop, Potter?" Oh,
this is a sequence.
oh, this is
I'm
such a
telling
good
you,
scene.
man.
Shit. Okay.
And then, though you
Oh.
don't even realize,
And then he
Harry
whips
failed
off the
so hard,
invisibility cloak.
He knocked the table over. You don't think it look? The table's
Oh
also
my
on the ground.
God.
He fell.
Oh! So he knocks him on the ground, he whips his invisibility cloaks off, and then he just stomped on his face and broke his nose.
Right, and then he says, and that's for my father.
That's my
Because
father.
Harry-
Oh, right, because Harry got his dad sent
in
to
the
jail.
previous movie. Yeah, and then he was like, Jay, right back to London. And
Right,
then he
because
throws the invisibility cloak back on top of him.
Right, after he's like petrified on the ground with a
Which
broken
means he
nose.
can't talk.
Right, he can't talk, and nobody can see him because he's under an invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is that he's just gonna have him sit right back because they won't know he's on the train.
Now,
This
I will
was a
say,
cool shot.
and
I
I'm
think
just
that
going to
was
say,
cute.
this is an addition that is cool thematically, but I do prefer.
Right.
But this is a very cool
This is like
cinematic.
cinematically
this was
very
great,
cool.
and you know it helps
Yeah.
establish a character we already know.
Right. Well, because there's so much more time that we got to spend with Luna in the books,
Exactly.
and then in the movies.
I love Luna.
So they had to give her this scene where she finds Harry on the train,
Yeah.
so that we could just like know who she is
Yeah.
and care about her.
I don't care about this.
Is it? She's not in before this movie.
She is.
She
but
is in
doesn't
the
fit.
fifth one, but you just like don't know and love her the way you need to.
What in the movies? Where is she in the fifth book? Movie.
She
Trying to
trains with
think of-
Dumbledore's army, and then she goes with them
Oh, yeah.
to
Right, and then
the.
even the movie, she,
Department
like,
of Mystery,
I
she
kind of
goes
like
with
it's
them.
kind of random when she goes with them at the end in the movie.
Yeah, it totally is because you spend hardly any time with her. But she's the one who knows all about the Thestrals and knows that you can ride the Thestrals, and so she's the reason they go and they ride the Thestrals to the Ministry.
Yeah. Right.
But in the book, they were on such high alert that it was actually Tonks that found him on the train.
Right.
Because she was like, you didn't get off the train, so I went looking for you.
I remember
Like,
that.
that,
When
like,
I was
heightened
reading the books,
sense
I
of
was like,
security.
wait a minute.
Yeah, because in the book they were at like it was a heightened sense of security because
Yeah.
like they were trolling the station. Whereas here it's very cinematic and very cute.
And-
And Luna goes to get him.
Nice face palm.
Fuck off.
Oh, right, because
Yeah,
in this
honestly.
version, since Luna found him, she didn't fix his nose. Oh, she's gonna fix it. Oh, that's right. So we learned a Pixie, the like
Mhm.
nose fixing spell from Luna instead of from Tom's. And that's why we don't care about Tonks and why her.
Let me tell
Wait
you,
a minute,
Megan
you-
didn't even know who Tonks was. when she
Okay,
watched
so
the
I'm
movies.
gonna just not say anything
That's
about
not true.
Tonks.
When you watch the movies before you read the books, I said Tonks, and you were like, "Who is that?"
Because no, but I said that because when you watch the movies, because there's
Oh, Luna just told Harry he looked exceptionally ordinary. Like
I love that part.
because in the books, I mean, in the movies, when you're watching them like every 1 to 2 years, there's a lot of characters and you don't know all the names. So when you said Tonks, I didn't know who you were talking about. But the actual like the face, I knew the character, like the face of the character, and like the changing hair. Like I knew that. I didn't know her name.
But I think,
was
okay, so
Tonks.
then I think you only knew the one scene she had at the Burrow or
Probably.
at Sirius's house when she was changing her hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't know anything.
And when they did the when they all changed as Harry and did the thing, that too,
Okay.
whatever that was.
That and I always forget that they like animated this owl that's like Dumbledore's perch. That's so cool.
That's very cool.
It looks so.
I will say the emotions I felt when I walked into the Great Hall at the studio, I was literally not prepared for the emotional rush that
Did I ever tell you that they let me be the one to open the door? Like they called for a volunteer, and I ran. I like threw my arm up, and other people were raising their arms, and I just ran to the front. And then they were like, "Great, it's you," because I just was there. And they let me open the door. Like literally.
Oh, I
there's a
saw that video.
There's a video of me. Like I'm like standing here, right? And here's the door, and I'm standing here, and I like push the door open. And you see me look, and I go, back at Nate. I like open the door, and I went,
Oh,
and like, because I got to be the one to open
it's
the doors to the Great Hall.
Yeah, I remember because Nate posted that.
I think he posted it as like a memory.
If he posted it on your birthday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I missed it.
Because he
I
posted a
was
really
looking
mushy
for it.
post on Instagram, and he's not usually very mushy.
He's not. No. He's only mushy about me, which is, I think, appropriate.
That's very
As it should
But
be.
like, that studio tour.
Oh,
It's
man.
so amazing.
Christ.
And
I was not
I
prepared.
really liked the creatures.
Oh my God, yes. The whole like section where you just walk through the like creature manufacturing, like,
Oh,
ooh,
man.
so cool. So cool.
And I'm
And all
going to
the
be
art.
honest. I actually, when I rounded the corner and I saw the model of Hogwarts in the ground, I
literally
cried.
cried.
Yes,
And
everyone I know
and
that's
I
a big Harry Potter
was
fan
not
cried
crying.
because you aren't
expecting
expecting
it.
it. They don't warn you that you're coming up to the castle. You just
was
literally turn a
not-
corner and there's fucking Hogwarts.
was
It's
not
right
ready.
there, and it's surrounded by the grounds, and it's literally perfect Hogwarts because it's
The
literally
model.
the one they fucking shot.
I
for
couldn't
series.
believe that
And
I
then
cried.
it's
I was like, how did this
It's
happen?
I
so-
didn't think I would because
Ooh,
someone
Draco
told me
at
that
that
they had
table.
cried during the studio tour, and I was like, that's not gonna be
Yeah,
good.
I was just like,
That doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, it's gonna be amazing, but I'm not gonna cry. And then I come around the corner, and I just got this like
it just hit me.
this chill,
Oh.
and I like it was like a little delayed. I had this like, and then I just cried, just crazy. They're all getting so tall.
I'm gonna check the comments.
Oh, what did Cortez say, by the way? I know he just said.
He said, I just had a whole conversation with all of you like I was really there putting down the vodka
Of
now.
course you did, Megan. I'm wonderful.
Yes, yes, you are here.
Hold on, he said, of course you did, Megan. I'm waterfalling vodka right now. Yes, poetry. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I wish you were in LA. You don't know how bad I wish you were in LA.
Just come
Why
here.
are you not
Just
here?
Come to LA.
We'll do Basketball Wives of LA.
Basketball.
That's how Megan met
Okay.
him. He was working on another show. And
Oh, okay.
He was helping start this show, and
Alice
he
is
had.
like Quidditch wives.
Quidditch
Wives
Wives
of
of
LA.
LA.
Or just we could do a show.
I also
Quidditch.
love that
player.
Slughorn is in his classroom like a full.
Yeah, I know.
That's my favorite bit of like.
Oh, this is
styling.
where we find out that Lavender Brown turned white.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Was she not white earlier?
No,
she's a little
she's a little black girl.
She is?
Yeah.
And then, dude, I never even noticed.
Yeah, she's a little black girl. And
I
then
don't
when
think I
then when she had a crush on Ron,
They recast her.
I guess I have assumed that Lavender Brown didn't exist in the earlier movies, and then because she had a crush on Ron, they had to actually have a Lavender Brown.
No, there is a Lavender Brown.
Lavender Brown was brown.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the Wizard team slogans. Lavender Brown was brown, and she was a little dark-skinned girl too. And then they recast.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, maybe that girl couldn't act because they probably cast her in the first film
as a
like
model.
as like background, and she's just like a little girl. And then
I'm almost positive because even like the thing is because I obviously had to look into it.
Right.
So
Obviously.
she was very much a model. Like she was a child model when they cast her. And then they gave
But
her
the question is, why did they find another black girl?
Right.
And
Obviously,
that's the question.
you have to recast her because she has lines now. But find someone who looks at least vaguely like the girl who's been playing Lavender Brown for years.
But to be like a whole.
Oh, who cares? She's a white girl now.
Yeah,
Whatever.
they most certainly did. They most certainly did.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Let me
I
tell
did
you.
not even know that.
They most certainly. When you
I
see
love
the
that I'm like
pictures of
still
old
learning
Lavender-
things about Harry Potter. Sad things.
They didn't have to do her like. But again, it was because she had to go. She can't.
Right.
They didn't even get somebody medium. They could have got. They didn't get somebody that was mixed.
Right. No. They just got the whitest
They
white
did go
girl.
as white as you could.
Like
go.
literally as white as you
white
can
as
go.
you possibly could. And poor Jessie Cave is actually a very sweet girl.
Oh, I'm sure. It's not her
But
fault.
it's not her fault. But they didn't have to do Lavender like that.
No.
Ooh, but that's
Just Tom. Damn it, Tom.
Wait, man.
Damn it.
And this is the only movie that he's got.
It is the only movie. Like
Because he's got that like somber, sexy, like black turtleneck.
Yeah, and I will say the combination of his like intense cheekbones with the blonde hair, he could only rock this like severe removed look, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Anybody who's watching, we're still trying to get backers. Contribution. Literally still trying to get to do
This is the
so.
thing. Actually, if you're watching this, can you invite someone else to watch?
Yeah.
And while they watch and we watch.
Yes, and invite somebody who like wants to talk about Harry Potter because that's all we're doing is
Whipping
talk
Along
about Harry
Yacht.
Potter.
Oh,
Get me involved. I need to be involved in something.
I love
Put me on
it.
the show.
Which show? It's a women. I'm actually working on a new one for WeTV. Yes. Hello.
Hi. I wanna talk to
Hashtag
women who own yachts.
available.
You know what? Women who own yachts.
That's what it's so
Okay.
TV is about.
All right.
It's about women who own yachts.
And I thought that it's about women who play Yahtzee.
That would not be very interesting.
I think that would be a good
Show.
Netflix documentary.
We're gonna watch a Yahtzee
Women who play
tournament.
Yahtzee.
Have you not seen the Scrabble documentary on Netflix? It's
No.
it's really
No, I
sad
haven't
because
seen
it's
it.
about a bunch of like kind of like
Oh,
nerdy
she's so
losers.
sad. She's so
I
sad.
know. Sad Hermione is
Sad Hermione is her potion is not perfect.
You know, the thing is that Harry actually comes from a long line of potion makers. So the fact that he's like, he could be a good potions master if he actually paid attention. He just hates Snape.
Yeah, and if he had
Yes.
like
He
a
hates
decent
Snape, and
teacher.
Snape hates him.
Yeah, if he had a
So-
decent teacher, he'd
right.
be very good at potions. Oh,
Right.
poor Hermione.
Oh. Did you see that little face?
I
that little
did.
pleased face?
I'm telling you, Slughorn
Oh my
teaching
God.
in this outfit.
Oh, I
is a mood.
know. He's so extra.
It's a mood.
Oh my.
So
Yeah.
I actually
I'm out. I'm out.
I saw Love, Simon last night.
Oh, do not say anything about it. I want to see it so bad.
Okay. The only thing I will say
Cortez.
is that Simon mentions the fact that his sexual awakening happened because he had a Daniel Radcliffe poster in his bedroom, and I was like, unrelatable.
No little gay boy was
Right.
like Daniel Radcliffe.
Like, I know. Well, I will say, I thought that Daniel was very handsome.
Well, because another gay boy is like, oh, I realized I was gay because when I was watching Game of Thrones, everyone was looking at Khaleesi and I was looking at Jon Snow. And so then Simon goes, oh, I totally know what you mean about like nerd crushes because I had a crush on Daniel Radcliffe. And you're like, no.
he was
Jon
really handsome in
Snow.
Order of the Phoenix,
Yes.
though. He was
Jamie
really cute.
Lannister. Yes.
Or you just
Yeah,
have a
not
crush
Jon
on Jon
Snow,
Snow and Khaleesi.
yeah. Okay, that's me.
Yeah, hello.
That's me. Like
Jon Snow
hard.
didn't do it for me.
I mean, I'm not really much of like a big mountain man
Yeah.
kind of person. But
Oh, you don't like Big Mountain?
I don't.
No.
But in Baku, I do.
I like a couple.
Yeah,
it depends. It depends on.
I like them on screen. In real life, I find them too large.
I like him in
Like-
Black Panther.
Oh yeah, well,
The dude
Baku,
from Black
like-
Panther, the main dude, not him. But besides
The
that,
main. Winston.
yeah, man.
I have a friend who
Ew,
knows
really,
Winston.
Jon Snow?
What?
Cortry said, Jon Snow Johnson is
Oh.
true. He can get it off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Jon Snow.
I'm not there.
I don't get you.
I'm not there. Oh,
I
look
don't
at the
get you
pin
at
scene.
all.
Pin scene.
Oh shit!
I'm trying. I can't get the wine out.
We can drink wine.
Oh yeah, you gotta just get all your sips in, Eliana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I
nice
don't know.
sound.
Jon Snow doesn't do it for me.
That's crazy.
I mean, here's the deal. Don't get me wrong. There's never been once in my life that I want to have sex with Daniel Radcliffe. But I can acknowledge that he's cute in
We're sorry.
Order of the Phoenix.
Sorry, one, that we're objectifying you, Daniel
I'm
Radcliffe,
sorry,
who is a
Daniel
human.
Radcliffe.
And also that now
But
we're
also, I've
talking
always
shit
seen
about
him as like a child.
not
But to
wanting
me, he's
to.
always been like young.
You know what?
neither of those is nuts.
If Daniel
But Daniel's
Radcliffe
always been
sees this
young
and comments on
to
it,
me.
then I think that's a win.
Oh, okay.
But again,
I hope he just
Daniel
that
has
would be
literally
sad to me.
always been young to me. Like I didn't
for
grow up
Daniel or
with
for us.
for us.
If Daniel's just like trolling on Facebook Live.
Oh, that would be so sad.
Yeah.
Just for everyone involved. It would just be sad for everyone.
But I'm also saying I never wanted that because I've always saw him as just a young person.
It's a flashback. It's a flashback.
I have to drink for flashbacks.
Hello, new
I just did
person. Oh, bye.
Oh no, bye. We are not interesting enough for these people.
I think we're not like doing incentives. We're just like we're not holding back anything. For
Well,
people.
the problem is there's only one person watching.
It's okay. We love him.
Yes, we do. But we're just hanging out.
So he contributed already.
Yeah.
So it's not that there's no incentives. Oh, I don't know if y'all caught this tea, but he says Jon Snow's on the medieval down low.
What is that?
Like in the closet.
The
Oh.
medieval. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. I did not understand.
I don't watch the
what
show, so
the
I can't.
medieval.
I mean,
I didn't do that.
isn't like the prophecy or whatever in that show supposed to be that he and Danny are siblings, but they're supposed to bone?
Oh, flashback.
Oh, what's
So
which one?
yes, but
Half-Blood Prince.
yes, but the
I watched,
Targaryens have always
Goblet of
entered,
Fire.
like, have always.
Goblet of Fire.
Oh.
And I was just having some moments of stuff that wasn't
I don't know if
good to
that's
me, and I
known
was
in the
very
show,
bad.
but yes,
I
the
was mad at
Targaryens always
myself.
marry their siblings.
Yes, but
First of
first of all, you haven't
killed
read.
Barty Crouch.
Who killed Barty Crouch?
Barty
Barty Crouch
Crouch
Jr.
So it was his son.
Yeah,
Okay, I just wanted to make
played
sure.
by David
But
Tennant.
see, this is the thing. Y'all have to understand about Tetris. Tetris read all the books, but only once
Oh,
when they came out.
oh.
So like he is a book
So
fan,
like,
but he's
so
not
really,
the
you
reader.
know the movies because
And then, but every once in a while,
yeah,
because I read the
Right.
books at such an impressionable
Yeah.
age,
yeah,
I
Stuff that
remember
stick
like
in your head.
there's certain
Right.
things that stick
right.
that you know.
Right.
that I know, but then like everything else, some stuff I get confused on.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared to stay on the live because you're asking for money. You're totally.
Yes, we're asking for money. That's literally the entire reason we're here.
No, we're
The-
hanging
the
out talking about
girls
Harry
had
Potter.
said, "Oh, people aren't staying." So just
Literally the whole reason we're
yeah,
doing
but
this.
no. What I'm saying is he was trying to answer a question that they asked. He was answering a question that they
He's
asked.
trying to reassure us
And
that
then
we're
she was like,
interesting
"Oh
and
no,
people
we're not
want to hang
interested.
out
That's
with
why
us."
people keep leaving." He's like, "No, they leave because y'all asking for money.
Oh,
They're not
who
leaving
is
because
this
you-
person?
this is my best friend.
Is that poetry?
This is poetry.
First of
She's
all,
the only person who stayed the whole time.
first of all,
said-
he's just thinking about saying that.
First
of all-
he said they're not leaving because you're born. They're leaving because you.
First of all, we've literally never had more than 3 people viewing us at a
And
time.
that's what I said. I was
It's not like people are flocking away from us because we're asking for
I
money.
was like, they not leaving.
We don't have the people to begin with.
Cortez was the one that was here earlier, right?
He was.
Yeah. He was
Number
the
one.
who
Did
made
she
me
take
the
any more
shot.
shots? Because I just came back.
No,
No more
she
shots.
didn't.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's.
So number one, we don't have a lot of people here to begin with, and number 2, so they're not leaving for money, and number 3, yeah, we're asking for money. That's literally the whole reason we're doing this.
You're
Yeah,
not
no.
telling us not to ask.
Now I'm just hanging out watching a movie.
But
Talk about Harry
that's the
Potter.
problem is that we need to.
Dork.
Oh my gosh.
Dork.
That's my best friend. I got ins.
Oh,
Email me.
man.
Email me.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Who
funny.
says email?
No, because Courtree's been emailing me all morning.
Oh,
all night.
shit, there's brownies.
Oh.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Oh, look at that shot.
$50
No, wait,
to $100
hold up. You gotta back it up.
donation.
Is this the DVD one?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to back it up like a half second.
Ooh.
Because like when he walks into that shot, don't watch right now. Don't watch right now.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Cinematic. Cinema.
Yeah, cinema.
Let's get some cinema.
Watch this shot. Here we go. First of all, and then he comes into this light source over here. Like, ooh,
Ooh.
did you see that? How it came into focus
Now,
and
see,
that
I
light?
who shot this movie?
Yeah, who was the DP on this movie? I don't know.
I mean, I can look it up real quick.
Oh, we got the DVD.
Please
Right
do.
here. Oh,
No,
I don't think it's like.
Eliana's got a DVD. I don't think it lists the DP on the DVD.
Sure, cinematographer, director, photography. Bruno Del Plano.
Okay.
Bruno Del Plano.
Can you use the internet to tell me what else?
You are a hell of a DP, honey.
Well, who directed the sixth movie?
Bruno.
Oh, girl, Baby Yates did always.
David Yates did the sixth.
Yeah.
He was Order of the Phoenix all the way
Fuck
through.
David Yates though.
Well,
All I'm saying is, within Half-Blood Prince, he made a hell of a movie.
Okay, yeah, but you know, Woody Allen made hell of a movie. Like, whatever. Just because he's a good director doesn't mean I have to like him.
I honestly have never had any positive. I've never had any feelings whatsoever about David Yates, positive or negative.
anyway, so this DP though is
But Bruno,
fantastic.
the DP.
Bruno,
Yeah.
our buddy, who probably has also abused women.
Um,
He's a man.
do we want to talk about R. Draco Malfoy?
But what about our Draco Malfoy?
Why we love Nick?
Oh well, I mean he's the shit. I guess.
No, Cortez. Will you put the vodka
What is
down?
happening?
Put the
Oh my God!
down.
Did you see this? Did you see this comment?
No, what is it? Country,
We are
country.
having some issues now.
What did it say?
The
Well, he
vodka
will he
down.
send
Okay. Put the vodka away. I just looked and I'm like,
Tetris.
No.
He will for
We
a
don't.
five.
No, we don't. He will for a no. We don't pass on those kinds of requests, and we don't enable this. Kind of
500.
behavior. No, we don't do any of that at all. Not even as a joke. We don't do it.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a joke.
No, I know it's a joke. We don't do it.
well,
Nope. Nope. Put the hand down. Put the hand down.
500.
put,
500.
yes,
Country,
we
500.
know you're joking.
We know you're joking.
Put the
You just
vodka
don't.
down.
Okay,
Put
so
the
I
vodka away.
am on Bruno's IMDb, and I'm gonna like. Oh my god, he shot Amelie, which is
Oh.
You shot Amelie?
Yeah, which is one of my favorites.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
that's my favorite.
He shot Across the Universe, which is
Oh, which was also cinematically.
cinematically fantastic, a total fluff piece.
Yes, total fluff.
But
piece,
still,
but
still.
gorgeous.
Okay, a lot of this is making.
Let's see. What
He's
else?
shooting him Harry Potter movies. That's what I need to know.
Oh, he shot Darkest Hour,
I haven't seen Darkest Hour. I've been hearing good things.
and he shot Big Eyes. Did you ever see
So
Big
hold on,
Eyes?
is this his only Harry Potter movie?
I think this might be his only.
There you
Harry
go.
Potter.
This is. I'm telling you, I'm like.
Yeah. Yep.
He's apparently French because he shot a lot of French movies.
Okay, Eliana, when you become the world's biggest director, Bruno,
I
he's
gotta
gonna be
get
your- He's
Bruno.
gonna be your man. He's gonna shoot everything for you.
I gotta get Bruno.
You like that rack focus just now?
So beautiful.
Man. Because this one is so cinematic.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mine's trying to figure out who the half-blood prince is. Scratch. Oh, Ginny just snakes it out. In the first moment of Ginny acting like Ginny in the entire cinematic universe. So, whatever. It's the first time. giving him shit, playing around.
I honestly, even after 7 books, I don't feel like I know who Ginny Weasley is.
I feel like
I don't know. I honestly have no
Tetris
idea.
just yells from the other room, "Who is Ginny Weasley?"
I don't know who Ginny is.
I feel like we only ever saw Ginny through the male gaze of Harry, and even in, I know the Cursed Child isn't canon, but even in Cursed Child, you only see her at like through his relationship. She doesn't have any self agency, and the only snippets that we get that she had a life is the fact that she was the captain of the Holyhead Harpies.
Yep.
And
Which she gave up to marry him.
yeah.
Which is again why it's not canon.
Yeah. But so I don't know. So maybe that's the other part of why Ginny never.
Ron looks like such an idiot.
He does. He does. I also both love and hate Rupert for playing the role so well. Because
Right.
like Bookron is such a fuckboy.
He is
And
such a
Rupert
fucking
is how like both Rupert and Alan Rickman help you like they're so good at helping you forget that these two people are
are trash.
Well,
Just
because
other
a
trash.
lot of Ron's trashy lines they gave to Harry,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because that's why Harry's extra trashy in the movies, even though he is pretty sarcastic in the books too.
But
He
like
is.
but like Book Harry is kind of like a legend. Like Book Harry will hit you with some one-liners.
Yes.
You
Yes,
have to
he
call me
would.
sir, Professor. Book Harry has that comeback. Book Harry has that attitude.
No need to call me sir.
Like Book Harry had an attitude. And I was here for it. Whereas, but movie Ron, like Rupert is just so charming.
Yes, he
He's
is.
so charming.
Also, can we talk about the butterbeer in this scene? Which, like,
Drinking.
oh, they're about to. The butterbeer, it's like, did they actually get it anywhere close to that color? Or is that color correction?
Which one?
The butterbeer they're drinking, it is so, like, yellow. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's
a very
probably
deep brown.
it probably is a little bit of color correction because like this whole shot has a weird like green cast on it, and there's no way that they would be able to like have that color, that like reddish yellow color without correction.
Yeah.
Because like look at
Look how
Ron's hair.
red his hair is.
Yeah, that's true.
And even that red, that's Harry's shirt.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
like the color of that red was probably a little bit more
Yeah.
pure.
Yeah.
They like did this totally weird like 70s wash over.
They totally did. It is super 70s. The coloring. Oh, look.
Bruno. Shout out to
She
Bruno.
chugged her drink. Drink a drink.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
drinking.
I like those goblins. I want them.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good goblins.
Me
Oh,
too.
shit. Okay, Bill's about to get fucked up.
Oh, poor King Bill.
Meanwhile, what was Hermione drinking?
Hermione's a lightweight. Hermione spends all her time in the library.
But the butterbeer didn't have liquor in it.
No, I think the idea in the books is that butterbeer has a little bit of.
Because Hermione definitely
Oh,
had her
God, here she
own.
goes.
Wow.
This was
Well,
good
because
stuff.
remember in the UK, the legal drinking age for beer and wine is 16.
That shot right here.
So
Yeah. This is good.
it's so creepy.
This scene is so good.
Man.
Also, I think
Oh, yeah. And
look at Ron's hat. It's so good in this scene, like, and the way he stands so like. God,
Yeah.
Rupert just did such a good job making him
Rupert.
goofy.
The funny thing is, Rupert, I think, is actually the best of the trio.
Yeah.
In the movies.
Oh yeah, his performance
is the best
Yeah.
of the trio.
So Jane. Jane.
I like how like
Is that from Potter Musical?
Yeah.
it's one of the most problematic songs in.
Yes, but it like is the setup to a joke. Like
Yeah.
it is intentionally problematic as the setup to a joke. Like the setup to a not problematic joke. Like Because have you not seen it?
Never.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So what happens there is they sing this like song, and it's got like very old school racist Chinese, and the lyrics are like Cho Chang, which is Japanese, Cho Chang, and then this Chinese girl comes out, and Ginny, who's like new to the school or whatever, is like, oh, Cho Chang. And then Ron is like, that ain't Cho Chang, racist sister. That's Lavender Brown. And then Cho Chang, the white girl with brown hair, comes out. And has a southern accent. She goes, hey, y'all, I'm Cho Chang. And the Chinese girl is Lavender Brown. So, I don't know. It's funny.
I need to watch it.
Like, there's totally, like...
But that sounds fun.
You should watch it. It's funny.
I know.
Watch it. It's funny. You would enjoy it. It would be an enjoyable watching experience for you.
I think it's just... Comedies and musicals are things that I have to always, like, force myself to sit down and watch. It's not even like... I'm serious. There's so many comedies that they're like, why? I'm like, yeah. I never, like... Comedies, musicals, and animated movies.
Yeah.
Unless someone else is watching it, I literally never
turn it on.
I
used to be that way about comedies entirely.
Yeah.
Like literally until my dad died.
See?
Just like, here's a sad thing. But like, literally, I got so sad after my dad died and then Donald Trump became the president. And the two of those things made me so sad all the time and so depressed. I couldn't handle serious anything. I couldn't watch media that wasn't comedic.
You know what's funny? That's how me and my sister started watching Jane the Virgin.
Yeah.
After my dad died, we were at home and we were just like sitting and we were just like, this is sad. Like, you're just sad.
You're just sad.
And we were like, but this really sucks.
I was like,
and then like we couldn't watch anything.
Yeah.
Because everything is just like, we just want to like get out of this and just kind of like laugh and just not think about it. Yep. And then we were like, well, let's try this Jane the Virgin show. We just needed something bright and poppy. And then it was perfect. Yeah. So I'm right there with you. And so it's not hot or musical. It's just, those are my three things that I just never sit down and press play in animated movies. Yeah. But like whenever I watch them, I like them. Yeah. But I never go to it.
Right. I'm that way with comedy specials. I would literally never in my life turn on stand-up.
Never.
But if it's on, I will laugh.
And you have a great time watching it. And I was like, oh, that was so good.
Yeah, that was so fun. I'm so glad we watched it.
Yeah, me too. But
I'm not going to learn from that and turn one on.
I don't know. It's a thing. Yeah. So I just have to gotta either someone has to be watching it next to me.
Can we talk about these huge ass ice cream?
Oh my gosh, I wanted to be at this ice cream party so bad.
So much ice cream.
Can I tell y'all? And then I forgot his name, but he was like, him and dad don't get on.
Don't get on.
Him and dad don't get on. Blaze, which there was a huge controversy when, number one, remember in the fandom there was like this whole Girl Blaze versus Boy Blaze.
Oh yes. Girl Blaze was like my shit.
See, I caught that. Girl Blaze. Because y'all know I came to fan fiction super late. Yeah. And so by the time I got to fan fiction, I already knew that Blaze was a black male. Right. And then so you could kind of see the progression of like, I want to say like anything like pre-2007 was like Girl Blaze. Yeah. And then there was a period where it was like Boy Blaze. Yeah. And then but he was always like a white Italian. And then Blaze became black in fanfic. And I was like, oh, I should have been in fanfic. Right. Yeah. Because I was like, Girl Blaze.
Because there was a total like divide for a long time.
Yeah, I was so
Girl Blaze. I mean, obviously, literally any character who could be female was female. Right. Like, in my head, had to be. And it was like, Blaze was always hanging out with pansies. Yeah. So like, why wouldn't Blaze be a girl? Why not? Yeah. What? You have any female friends?
Nobody in the movies, in the series, in the book series can have female friends. The only two people that have female friends are Parvati and Lavender, and they make them seem like assholes. Yes! There are literally two people in the entire book series. Right. have a female friend,
And they're assholes.
and they make them appear to be assholes.
like vapid asshole idiots.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I would love to like my tarot cards read by laughing.
And I was gonna say
Yeah.
the biggest thing I think that they made them like, unlike they just like astrology. They're 13-year-old girls. It's fine. And even if they were adults, like some people are into spiritual things.
I
Like
know.
it's okay.
I know.
And also at 13, I was super into astrology.
My cousin says, Felicia, how is Meg doing? I was just watching the original video this evening.
That's like not good.
Megan is not in Megan go for a run.
She is good.
Okay.
Megan has had lots of shots.
Lots of shots.
I heard my name.
My cousin,
Megan is back.
my cousin said that she was watching the original video and she asked how you were doing because she had.
She goes, "How's Meg doing?" I was watching that original video.
I'm fantastic. Was that the only question?
Yes. For those who may not know about the original video, because it's been a long time now, we had an original YouTube video, and we were watching the same movie, and stupidly thought, "Oh well, people should watch it with us, so they know what we're talking about." So we showed the movie. We were streaming the movie along with our commentary or whatever, and then it was like, "All right, we don't own this movie. We can't just distribute it on the internet."
Well, I guess because I was thinking
I don't know what we were.
We just didn't even think about it.
didn't
We
occur to
literally
me.
didn't think about it.
Point is, we were shut down.
We were
shut down by the
shut
news.
down.
yeah.
And I'm talking about
like fast.
Wait.
Like literally, the Sunshine Moxie YouTube channel
Yeah, YouTube
is like
is
done
straight
for
up
90
down.
days.
Yeah, we
YouTube
used Alice's
froze
stream
The YouTube account. We cannot live stream for 90 days from the Hermione account.
What, on this?
Yeah. No, we used Alice's computer and she
And I joined the
She joined the
hangout and
Hangout.
screen shared my
You
HBO.
screen shared it so it was like on the screen with
Right.
while
No,
y'all
it was
were
like
talking.
no, but we were on the screen too. So we
Yeah,
were
y'all
on
were on
the
the
screen
screen,
in
and
one,
then there was a
and
little
then there was
box
a
with
little
Harry
box
Potter.
with Harry Potter. Yes.
And YouTube shut
And
y'all
YouTube
down?
shut us
YouTube
down.
was like,
Yeah.
excuse me. YouTube said, wait, are y'all playing the movie?
YouTube said a Warner Brothers property?
I feel like we didn't have the audio.
YouTube
We
said,
were-
They said, where's Mr. Warner?
wait, and YouTube literally emailed me 3 times.
Oh.
They were like, a copyright owner using Content ID.
Oh no!
Claim
That's why I think
Then they sent the second email because I think we did it twice.
Wow.
no, because
Remember,
I
because we
Yeah, we
closed and we
did.
opened it back up, and they were like, yeah, and then they were like, yeah, so about that copyright claim, it has been blocked.
Oh no!
Blocked.
Oh no! That's bad because we
They
didn't
were
even
like,
know we got. We didn't even know we got that first
Bad.
email. And now it seems like we shut it down and then tried again.
No, tried again.
Like to get around the copyright claim. Oh no!
They were
the
like,
thing is, I've had friends that work for copyright claim companies, and it's the audio that they like.
Yeah.
that they
They
go
can
for.
pick it up too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I mean, it's fine. It's just funny.
I'm
a,
we messed up, but
Yeah.
we learned. We have learned.
But we learned.
Learned.
We definitely learned tonight.
Oh no! I'm not.
We
saying
was
that.
just playing the movie,
Y'all
making
got y'all
comments.
lightning
Hollywood magic.
This is natural. Natural.
Some good brownies.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody's tracking shit on that. Yeah.
I was gonna go to the party today.
Why didn't you go?
It was raining.
Oh yeah, it was raining
Yeah.
in LA.
I know. I'm so happy.
And sometimes it's
Coffee in
alright
the
to
rain
go
is
to.
the
I was about to say
best.
sometimes
I
it's
kind
okay
of
to
like
go up
being
there
close
in
to
the
the
rain,
rain.
but like today I was just like, no, I don't feel like it.
It was like real rain today.
I wanted to get some work done.
I know you guys are.
Luna and her lion.
I
love
Lionhead.
so much.
Every time I see Lionhead cosplay, I get really happy.
Yeah, well, it's like such impressive construction.
So.
Oh, you know what was funny? The Potter sucks buttons.
Yeah, Potter steaks.
Potter stinks. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Can we talk about
He's
how
such a
mine is
leader.
part of like a performance enhancing drug ring?
in this movie.
Oh, you know what also gave me life early on in my Goblet of Fire feeling?
What?
Can you dance like a hippogriff?
Can
you dance like a hippogriff? Going on.
Yeah, the funny that was the one that I just don't want to watch.
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not
God
my-
damn it.
Well, I like it because
Now
it shows
Ron
the
and White
first-
Girl Lavender
Oh my God, I-
making out. And
Oh, yeah, no, we're talking about our favorite Harry Potter movie at the beginning of the thing, and I said, mine's Goblet of Fire.
Yours is Goblet of Fire?
Really? See?
No, I would put Goblet of Fire in the top.
I mean,
would not.
I literally do not know what my
But for
favorite
me,
Harry
it's just because
Yeah, it's
it
hard.
gives me Voldemort for the first time.
My favorite movie.
What is your
It's
obsession
so
with, like,
cheesy.
for a long time?
No, Voldemort is just like epic, and like he is the fabric of the book, the
I'm
books
sorry,
and the
what?
movies. And then it's so weird
What are
that
you
everybody
talking
likes Prisoner of Azkaban and it has no Voldemort. It's just like, this is so weird.
But
It's like, then it fooled me when I was reading it as a child that like he was involved, and then it was like, no, it's Harry's uncle. I was like, bullshit.
Where's Voldemort?
I was very upset.
Like,
And whenever somebody says, "Oh yeah, I like Prisoner of Azkaban," I'm like, the movie about Sirius Black.
People love Sirius Black. It's way better than Voldemort.
Sirius
Like,
Black
Sirius
is so
Black
many people's favorite character.
He is literally one of my favorite characters.
No, he's a great character. I don't think he needed a whole movie. I love Sirius Black. I just don't think he needed a book or a movie with the title literally referring to him. That's a lot.
I support. all
yeah, I
things
mean, I love Prisoner
Prisoner of Azkaban. I
People
support
My
do
Prisoner of
least favorite
Azkaban.
movies are
Sirius Black.
Sorcerer's Stone and then Goblet of Fire.
Really?
Wait, what'd you say?
Her least favorite movie.
Sorcerer's Stone and then Goblet.
Because
I
the
enjoy
thing about Goblet of Fire, you didn't like the Quidditch World Cup and like
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Porky.
the Triwizard
The
Tournament.
thing to me, though,
Okay.
Goblet of Fire, like, I know for some reason it just doesn't seem like it's part of the movies.
I mean, it has a pretty different tone. for
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
it.
The tone, like, it's so tonally different from the whole, like, rest of the. And I
But
know
the
you're gonna be
first
like,
two
oh,
are
the
totally
first two.
different than
No. And I
Azkaban.
knew you were gonna say that, but the first two still seem like the beginning of the journey. Whereas Goblet of Fire feels like we just got off the road and like went somewhere else and then got back on the road.
You like the darkness.
I mean, I love Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, you like
That's not
Sorcerer's
dark.
Stone.
You just said you didn't. Sorcerer's
No, I said.
So
I mean, you like Chamber of Secrets.
I love
You
the
said
darkness.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh no, I meant
Oh,
Chamber.
okay. You meant Chamber of Secrets.
I love the darkness and complexity and
Chamber
maturity
Secret's
that
too
comes with the
long.
later ones, which like I do
Chamber of Secrets
have.
is pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's not
It's
good.
just long.
It's just real
I think
long.
they could have shaved a solid 45 minutes.
Oh, 45.
long.
Wow.
She said a solid.
That could
I
be
love, by the
shot.
way, that on this live stream, the only Harry Potter thing in love is Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
We could
not
bring our
worried about
mugs
the
over.
rain. Not at all.
You know what? This is okay. This moment when they're in the life. Oh no.
Yeah, this is when she tells him that Romilda Vane only likes him because she thinks he's the chosen
And then
one.
he's like,
And
"I am
the
the
chosen
one."
But it's so funny because this is so that line is so non-book Harry,
Oh, yeah.
but it's so funny.
It's so funny.
Like, it's
and,
so
and Daniel
perfect, and it's
Radcliffe
so
like
teenage.
nails it.
This is also one of Dan's strongest
Yes,
performances.
yes.
He kills it.
But you're right, is nowhere close to Book Harry.
close to
Book Harry would be so mad that she wants him because he's the chosen one.
So
Book,
mad.
Book Harry like could not give a shit about getting with Romilda Vane.
Oh man.
First of all,
like-
justice for Cho Chang.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
She deserved Harry's love and affection
she did.
and peace.
Cho was a nice girl.
She
A nice girl, and she liked her.
And she liked
And
it.
she liked
and
it.
she was going through major
Oh
trauma.
my
And they
God.
I mean, her boyfriend died.
She was like 15. Yeah,
And-
her
I mean,
boyfriend
her boyfriend
was
she didn't really
murdered,
want
and
like
she
that.
saw
How
his
do you
dead
what do you mean
body.
she didn't really want like that? You don't know what she did in
She
her
didn't
life.
really want like that.
How do you know that? How do you know what she wanted?
I love that Tempest is like looking at you to like confirm. He's like, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I feel like I missed so much.
You did. You
First
did.
of all,
Mary Grace is trying to come back in the
did.
conversation, and she does not know what's happening.
one.
I
you think she didn't
No,
want
but
him? Like,
Tetris-
so, okay,
Hold on,
what are you
hold on.
talking about?
First of
So
all,
Tetris has just asserted that
I need to get back in this shit.
that Cho Chang did not want Cedric Diggory like that.
she wasn't let into him.
I'm sorry.
Why? What?
She was so sad.
Oh,
that he
look at
died.
Tommy.
Well, of course she was sad that he died. I didn't say she was heartless.
She's a human being.
And a
guys.
person died. She said.
And she was dating him.
Dating. I feel like in the what is the idea here? You think when she was secretly
He's
into
the
Harry?
star.
She was
he's
into Harry.
No, he's the star.
And she
of
was
the
waiting on
movie.
him to like make his move, and Harry
No,
was
she
too
wasn't.
nervous to
He
shoot his
invited
shot.
her.
No
He
way.
asked her to the Yule Ball.
And she
And
was
she
like,
was
"Yeah,
like-
I got a man." And she was like, "But then she was like, but Harry, I'm real sorry though."
That's the movie, though. That was the movie, not the book.
No, in the book she's not about that. Oh my God, Neville. And
Oh,
this
but
little waiter.
I will say when they had Neville was first went from a guest to home to staff.
I
Did
And then
not-
also, can we talk about this outfit that Harry is in?
Oh, it's
Because
a
like
lot.
it's just bad costuming.
It's very
because
bad costume.
Oh,
he
this
looks
is,
in this scene.
this
He
is my
looks the
favorite
way
one.
he
This is my
does
favorite.
when he like
Yeah.
dude. But this is to me. This is how he looks when he like dresses like Why am I blanking on his name? But in Deathly Hallows, when he uses the polyjuice to become that guy.
Oh yeah.
And then like later he's wearing that guy's clothes, but he is himself. That is how this costume looks to me.
I forgot the man's name.
Like,
the one who worked
When he
at the
comes out from
registry.
behind the curtain, like look at him in his
It's way
shirt and
too
this
big.
coat. It
This
doesn't
is
fit him.
way too big.
It's like
I will say, I know that we're not supposed to like Cormac. He's an
oh, he's
but-
hot as shit.
But he's so attractive.
He's super cute.
Also, too, I don't know whoever this
He is
actor
a
is, but this young,
Tool bag.
but this actor like tooled him
Oh,
so
oh,
Okay.
Drake Half-Blood Prince.
But also too, like I love the dude that plays Cormac.
Oh, I
He
know.
just went for it. He's
I
not-
don't know this actor.
I don't know him either, but I was like, he should be doing a lot of roles because he's really good.
He
I
is
wanted
really good.
to give Eliana some credit because I am a huge fan of Snape, and
Okay.
you know,
I am a big fan of Snape as a character and a character device.
Yes.
Like I like the role that he serves in the stories, and I think it's like really
That's
fascinating.
incredible.
It's very, very good.
I mean, who
Snape
remembers
as a
going?
person is a piece of shit, but Snape as a character
Agreed.
is super powerful and interesting,
Mhm.
and like is one of my favorite literary characters of all time. But as a person,
I do okay. You know what?
garbage.
Ish. He garbage-ish.
Garbage-ish.
Listen, hold on.
Yeah, okay.
No,
he's
well,
done.
okay, time out. Hold on. Okay, one at a time, one at a time. What were you gonna sound?
Well,
And
first
also,
of all,
let me
do
give
we
them a
remember?
caveat. Let me give them a caveat.
And do we also remember, like, going into Deathly Hallows? I think I talked to you about this. How exciting it was. He was literally the centerpiece character going into Deathly Hallows. There was stickers at the bookstore.
Oh
like,
my God,
do
there were
you like
literally
Snape? Do you
things.
not like
Right,
Snape?
there
Like,
were literally
t-shirts.
like ads on the tables at Barnes and Noble that were like, "Is Snape the hero or the villain?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It was like, and he-
Which is goes to Alice's point of like as
Epic
a character.
epic
but
character.
he definitely didn't end up being the villain. He
He
died.
wasn't.
for
But
Okay,
the cause.
okay, hold on.
But-
I saw something recently, and you know, again, I'm newer than all of you to the world, but I saw something recently, and I talked to Eliana about this. I was like, gotta talk to Texas about this.
Oh boy.
Somebody posted like, now I don't remember specifically what it was,
That's
but it
what the
was
worm will do.
as it does.
And the vodka. That's what the vodka will do. The 5 shots of vodka.
Still taking shots for contribution.
Yeah.
Um, But it said like
I'm also not drinking for a month and haven't had a drink. So if you want to contribute and make me take a shot, I will.
if you want to bring it sober
Oh,
out,
you want to force me into it?
he's like literally 50 cents.
Ready.
But,
Um,
but go ahead.
no, okay, but what it said was that something about like how Snape, the only reason that Snape, what did I say to you? Like the only reason that Snape ended up being like, the only reason that Snape questioned the dark side is that it affected him, i.e. Lily. Like had that not happened, he never would have questioned it. He would have stayed with the dark side. So that is not bravery.
Love is bravery.
But no, not like if Lily had nothing to do, like if nobody touched Lily, if she didn't die, if the dark side did not touch her and her family, he never would have.
Even when it touched, he didn't care about
care
her
about
husband.
family.
Okay, fair. So
Her
even like
real
if the dark side never remotely touched her as a person, he wouldn't have even questioned staying with Voldemort or the dark side. The only reason he left that is because it touched her.
And that's also too because he begged Voldemort to save her, and Voldemort wouldn't.
And then
But it was only because of her. And
so let's say I grant you that love is bravery, and abandoning at risk of his own life this side out of his love for Lily is bravery. Let's say we grant you that.
I don't. But
He did not love Lily.
He didn't.
He didn't love Lily. He was obsessed with her.
Mhm.
He was possessive of her.
Mhm.
He didn't fucking love her. He
That
never
was a
did.
little bit.
And that's why all these it's not love.
It's
It's
not
not love. He called her a slur. He abandoned her. He cared deeply about values that cast her as an inferior member of society. That's like saying an alt-right member, right, who calls say Eliana is being stalked by an alt-right member and he calls her the N-word, but then later, after she gets murdered by some other alt-right leader, he's just I'm gonna turncoat. And it's that guy's not brave, that guy's not a hero.
right. That is and again, it's not love, but let's say that's love, but that's not bravery. The two are simultaneous, but not simultaneous.
Let me tell you something. It ain't a
opposite.
person on this earth who loved me and then called me
The N-word.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And then the fact that he knew her since she was a kid.
They were both kids.
But my point is, I don't know my point.
The point is,
My point
he's
was I was
terrible.
going to compliment you because
He's I'm gonna go back to this.
I did say you always tell me I love Snape, but he trash.
He just said that a lot. But he's an amazing character.
But
God,
you always point out that he was abusive to the kid. Right? And I'm always like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He was a teacher. They had a real relationship. But then I will say, watching Goblet of Fire, it was really.
This is terrible.
Nah, no. They talked about this in the book, but he beat them kids. I was like, whoa. He would just walk up, bop.
But I do think that
Bop a kid in the back of the head at school.
I think in the wizarding world, corporal punishment in a mild sense like that is a lot more accepted. Because I will say, Filch, who is old but not that old, okay, is straight up trying to bring back the times from when he was younger that they would hang people from
Those
their
was
thumbs.
very sad.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm that was not that long ago.
I remember there was one book, and I forgot which one it was, but in one of the books, Snape is literally so mad at Harry, a child. The book even says that he's in the book, it describes the way he's talking to him. And Snape is about to burst a vein. He's slobbing. And it's so full of hatred when he's talking to this child that he's literally about to burst a vein and is slobbing at the mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, get him out of the school. I mean,
He's
get this person
children.
out of the school. And this is the thing. Tux, he thought it was funny to torture a student's pet. He tortures Neville's toad.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Okay,
And
Megan.
torturing any pet.
Megan, that's fucked up.
And he
I mean, it is.
torture, but he mentally and emotionally tortures
And
Neville.
he tortures Neville. It wasn't even just that he had issues with Harry's daddy, who is not Harry, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. It's hey, you never knew your daddy, but I hated him, and I.
But the other thing is, if you love Lily, he's her son.
You
And
love her
how
son.
is love not
Exactly.
transferred from you?
Exactly.
I know he looks like
Okay.
James. Also, adding this stupid scene.
This,
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting. It is cinematic.
When literally the burrow burns down in the 7th book. Why would you do this when they have to like burn it down again?
I don't. That's what I mean. Okay, so this was not in the books, right?
No, this seems something and none of us understand why it was added. Outside of the fact that it's a beautiful scene.
It's beautiful,
But
and I
literally-
do think the running through the cornrows while she's hollering, I feel serious. This is like cinematically really strong. It's like a whoa.
It is. No, it is.
From an artistic perspective, but like the fire around the burrow, unnecessary, and
especially
as you're
burning
pointing
up the
out,
burrow.
great. When literally the next book we have to see a wedding there, and then it gets burned down.
Exactly.
So like,
It
why
did.
would you add a fire in a place where it makes no sense? Like,
Yeah. Who wrote that?
ooh. This is such a cool like horror movie moment here.
Yeah. But and
This whole
so
cornstalk, like,
this whole thing. Oh, look at that.
oh,
Very good.
there.
And so I feel like this is sort of bring it back to HGPOC for a minute. Not that we have Bruno shooting HGPOC because we do not.
No, we don't. But we have men.
But we do have Meng. And I was just gonna say, like, and this is, obviously we've had some great people come on and shoot the show, but DPs really like make a huge difference.
They do.
Because this to me is the most cinematic movie of them all. And it has the most like iconic visual moments and the most iconic shots. Like again, like this running through the cornfield, like that is a sequence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Each of these frames is so
they're
good.
so beautiful. Even this
Yeah.
little battle that they do. I mean, this
Yes.
is just beautiful work. This is beautiful work.
And I will say, some of this is in the direction because the editing is really tight.
Oh,
the editing is really nice.
The editing is so tight. And I would say, like, I think that's the hardest part of directing
Oh,
is learning to sacrifice things. Because
editing
you
is
have
really
to cut
hard.
most of what you shoot out
Editing is really
to get it, like,
hard.
to move and look right.
Yeah, this part
And
right
it's
here,
so
though.
hard because you get so attached to things that you shot, and you, like, can't edit
Oh,
them.
sorry, look at this
Oh.
grass.
That
I
props,
don't know.
that props to the CG. because
Still
that is
don't
definitely
know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
definitely
it's so
CG grass.
CG.
Gorgeous, though.
I don't know the function that burning this burrow now.
Nothing. So they can have this dramatic music swell.
Because the thing
It
is that
doesn't, like,
you
move the
you have
story.
the exact same emotional payoff in the 7th book by like the attack on the bird.
Yeah.
So it's like why?
And you don't have to have a wedding at the place that just burned down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Just from a story perspective, it just didn't.
It just didn't. It doesn't.
Do you think they just didn't? I think this was like a racist casting, but I think it was that like they knew they needed this girl to be like 1-1, and they just saw it as a white girl going 1-1.
They did.
You know, like a black girl couldn't go 1-1.
I mean, let me tell you, I've seen a lot of thirsty black girls in my life. Like, we do get thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, everything about it. And I will say, like, Lavender was a little bit, that was a hard pill to swallow.
Losing her.
Yeah, and, it's just because you just don't know why.
Yeah. Well, there's no good reason.
You just don't know why.
There's no reason.
Lavender was a hard pill to swallow. But, and I only knew because, of course, I did read the books, but you can see, like, in the credits, Lavender Brown. So it's like, oh, okay, that's great. She was, and, like, she would be, like, with Harvey, because they always had Harvey and Pam together. And she would just be with them. And I was like, oh, wow, like Lavender. Because, again, you're always clocking when you see the same black person.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah, just like we all kind of
You're like, oh, she's not just random background. She's
yeah,
a
she's
character.
like a character. And then it was like, oh, okay.
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, okay.
She's just white now.
Also, too, the funny thing is, in this book, there's this really funny section. And first of all, where's Parvati in the Half-Blood Prince? She doesn't exist. But okay. But there's a super funny section in the book where Parvati is like saying to Hermione, because she's like, oh, and now you're like dating Cormac McClay. She's like, you like those athletes, girl. It's so funny to me. I don't know why. It just always because I'm like, damn, she did go from Victor Crumb to Ron.
Well, to Cormac,
but
to
you know,
Ron.
And part of me was like, oh yeah, girl, I see you. And I was like, it's just like, and she was like, oh, you got a type.
Which, I mean,
And
first
it's
of all,
just
she
so
does have
funny
a type,
and
but
cute.
how many characters in Harry Potter do not play Quidditch?
Oh.
How many characters with names do not play Quidditch?
But do you think that Quarter Life Crisis Hermione has a type?
Oh, yeah.
So
she's all about Teju.
I'm not saying. I would say watch season 2, and we shall see. But I think that
I mean, I'm just
Hermione
saying,
has a type.
like, if you want
What
to
is
see
their
what that
shipping?
type
Because I just wanted to be like,
Oh,
hashtag
Hermione.
Hermione. All right.
I mean, if you want to see more of Hermione's type, you should probably donate some galleons.
You should put some galleons in the
You know.
campaign.
Yes.
Yeah, and the funny thing is,
We need that.
I can because I talk for Parvati so much, because she trolls Hermione, and they troll each other in the books. Because even in book 5, when they had when Umbridge got rid of Trelawney,
Yep.
and then what's the centaur's name?
Firenze.
Firenze came to teach, and then Parvati said to Hermione, she was like, "Oh, I bet you magic drop divination." We got this fine teacher in the class. She's like, "Oh, I bet you magic dropped it now." And then Hermione was like, "Oh, I don't like half points. Thank you." And I was like, "Oh man!" But that's one of those moments. You're like, yes, they're roommates. Like that's how they do.
Yeah.
They give each other a hard time. Like, of course, that's her homegirl.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh yeah, I bet you magic." And I was just like, you lose that. Like,
Yeah.
they have such this great antagonistic but fun relationship. That's how I talk to my girlfriends. I'm like, "Oh yeah," you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I see how you're into that sports.
Oh, I see. Hermione was like, "I don't do half horse things." I was like, "Hermione, that's mean. That's so mean.
It's very
That's so nasty." But you trying to come at Parvati. But anyway, so I feel like every time it's because I've had people be like, "Oh, why is Parvati in the show?" I'm like, have you not read the books?
Yeah.
Her and Hermione have a thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're so funny to me.
They are.
They're hilarious.
And I
to
think
me.
the reason she feels like such a minor character that we don't pay attention to that is because she's this female character who Harry doesn't pay any attention to.
Right.
Yeah. So their interactions happen in front of him, but he's not really paying attention.
He's not.
At all.
He's not.
So it just gets dismissed.
It always gets dismissed, and it's very much just on the back.
He's
burner.
one-off jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then move on.
Exactly.
But they absolutely do indicate that Hermione has a larger friendship.
With her, yeah. And for some reason, the two of them make
Look
me
at
laugh.
Ron's face.
Oh, I'm Rupert.
Rupert does such this performance when he gets love potion.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. All I want is to work with actors who can give me the kind.
I know, because he just commits.
He commits so hard.
He commits. He commits. Look at him. He's so weird. He's not. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, this one.
And then we find out that he's talking about Romilda and not Lavender.
Oh, is this what he
stuff?
is?
Yeah.
This part is hilarious.
Right, because she gave him. Everyone just chucks the box of chocolates at him. Such good blocking.
Oh man, that part is so funny.
And this lighting that they've got on Rupert in every shot is just so soft yellow, ethereal.
I don't know. The thing about this film is that to me, it doesn't look colored.
Really?
I just it looks really raw. It looks like the red is way too desaturated. and there's like no contrast at all. It looks like raw camera footage to me.
I like that.
I do. That's
Personally,
interesting.
I like it.
Ah. You know, I never noticed
I will
that.
say
I
that
think,
this right here looks uncolored.
Like
but as you, I think you're right. I don't see a lot of color in this.
like it's one thing where you're going for a style. Like I see that in Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, where everything is almost like a blue tone. But this movie just seems completely uncolored to me.
That doesn't bother me.
Does it bother you?
It bothers me a lot.
Really?
It bothers me a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Sisters don't worry.
I'm like, what a choice. I feel like Bruno came in and he was like, no.
The exteriors look great, but the interiors to me just look so washed out, and the textures
I
just
like it.
But yeah,
I
do.
like that.
I
It just
love
looks
it.
so grounded and real.
But it's a magical world.
I know, but that's what I like about it even more.
Yes, it's a magical world, but the couch isn't magic.
Yeah.
You know, but even on
The
skin,
gas lights aren't magic.
but the skin tones are totally like off model, and that's also what bothers me. Like there's like this weird like sallow look, and it looks like it
But
doesn't
that's
look.
the color of his arm, I bet.
Yeah,
I know.
that's what his arm looks like.
No, it's like look, that shot that we just saw was too yellow, and this one is like the proper color correction. It just bothers me so much. Like, see, look, there's like blue,
It's
and then it's
super
yellow.
yellow,
It
yeah.
goes to yellow, and then blue, and it's just like this is blue. Like this is his face is blue, his skin, and then that's yellow.
Well, it's from a different side.
Yeah. Because that's what the light. I actually.
You're not gonna have yellow on one side and blue on the other. I'm just gonna say that.
You will if there's a fire on one side, daylight on the other side.
Well, and they have these blue
Daylight.
But
I know, you're right. It's like completely dark in that corner. I'm like, daylight.
are blue.
No, they're not. They're gas lamp lights. They're yellow.
No,
as fuck.
they're literally like some blue lights.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
why is that
room.
light so blue? That doesn't make any sense.
That's
They're
what
gas lamp.
No, the gas lamps, that's different. But it's a bunch of blue lights in the room.
No,
is
but
what it
why
looks
are the
like.
lights blue? That doesn't make
Now
any
that
sense.
I don't know.
So,
but
I
they
swear,
are.
in a different shot, that light that's behind them that looks blue, like when we in that coverage, that light looked yellow when we were in the wide. Like,
see, this looks great. The daylight stuff and the exterior looks great, but the nighttime interior bothers the shit out of me.
I just enjoy it.
I do enjoy
Like,
it.
I
Also, meanwhile, this is my favorite visual.
Oh my God, it's just so flat. It's so British though. It is.
I think I like
it's
that
a very
it's flat
British
though.
tone.
I think that's what I like about it.
It just
Is that it's so flat. Which is the funny thing is, and that's the one thing that I always do in art color is like I really want it to be so saturated
yeah.
because
you
I'm
do.
always like I'm like I want to play against the flat like desaturation of Harry Potter. But I'm like, maybe I need to be more specific.
Well, the thing
Because
is,
Half-Blood Prince, not Half-Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix and Hollows are very like saturated.
yeah. Well,
It
and
is dark.
the first movie is really saturated.
Well, the
too.
first
Well,
one,
yes, of course.
very
Of
saturated. But
course.
it's also
It's
very
like
bright.
Child
really bright.
magic movie.
Yeah,
right?
like, the first
Like,
movie's so bright.
it's so bright in tone too.
Well,
Like,
see,
of
you can
course
also
it's-
see like look at the Gryffindor. This is so interesting for our like two viewers.
Yeah.
But like, the Gryffindor ties, you can just see, you know what red is supposed to look like in real life, and so you can tell like the
Well,
type,
she's in shadow.
that you can tell the type of color wash that they
But
did
even
on
on
everyone
her.
based on the
Right.
red. You know,
And then he says, I'm here. Just mumbles. That's what the caption says. Mumbles.
the thing is that like nobody should marry their high school sweetheart.
No,
Not nobody.
My aunt and uncle. Ron and Hermione shouldn't marry.
No.
Well, but that's not because they were high school
Yeah, no,
sweethearts.
because they just are not.
They never should have been high school sweethearts.
I will say too, I thought that these three men standing in the background of this scene is also some of their finest work. Because they're literally
They're like so awkward.
literally my camera.
Look at his camera. He's just like
standing in the back of that scene. And it's just kind of like, that's such awkward blocking. And the three of them just they just committed. And they just,
just like, well, Dumbledore is standing right there.
like, well,
Not sure why. But he's here.
every time I'm like, why are they standing there? But because they are, all three of them, that's right.
Because they're three fantastic actors.
Oh,
And
man.
they give them this weird blocking, and they're just like, yup, here we go. Here we go. And Slughorn is like, I am so concerned because he almost died because of me. And I'm showing my concern right here.
That is some of their finest work in the whole series. They are just standing there so awkward. Oh, I love it. Every time I'm like, this is the best.
Oh.
I know.
Just that like fabric pull up.
And-
That shot, the lighting on that bird.
Ooh.
Every time, I think the thing is that I love the way Bruno lit Draco in this movie.
He
It's like every shot with Draco in it is this stunning dramatic lighting, and it's always very blue.
Yeah. Well, and because his skin tone and like hair color and eyes just like really do well with that lighting.
Yes. And he nailed it. Like, and no one else did that. And some of it too is that it does communicate a certain tone that was perfect for this film. And maybe in the earlier films, like, you don't want Draco in that tone, but like,
Ooh, look at again.
and again, so blue. Like, the lighting is so blue, his green tie looks blue. Like, look
Yeah,
at
it does.
he looks like he's a Ravenclaw.
It does. It does. The other thing is too, just even sitting here and like watching and having fun with y'all. Oh, I mean, the other thing is like, to Jessie's credit, she does play the hell out of Lemon.
She does.
You know, she
She
really
commits.
does. Like,
She plays the hell out of
you know that she
And that's
came
the
in,
reason-
she auditioned for this role, and she blew them away in the
it.
audition.
Of course, but they never should have been auditioning white girls in the
And
first
that
because
is
they
the
had already
problem.
established her as this little black girl.
And
So they
that
should
just
have
felt wrong.
The casting call should have been for black women.
When I tell you that one hurt because it just felt like that one was like, damn, that one hurt. That one really hurt. They didn't have to do us like that. Oh, but meanwhile, she's in the background acting.
Yes.
The shot.
That's such a good shot.
Look at this concerned first year.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. I just noticed Dean back there
Dean's
hanging out
there,
with the
yep.
Ravenclaw.
He's there.
I love a little inner house.
I do too, but imagine being that actor.
I know.
He's got to come to work.
Yep.
They pull him in for the day to
Yep.
the background. But maybe they probably shot this scene on a day that he worked. Does he have any lines in this movie?
The Ravenclaw?
No,
Dean.
Dean.
He makes out with Ginny. He has like a key.
Okay, so this was probably the same day
And they
as
were like,
that.
okay, let's put
They
him.
pulled him in
And
for the
also
day. They
Susan
already
Cormac
had
is
him,
back
and they
there,
thought, right, so they already had those two actors for that day.
Yep.
So they thought, throw them in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're here,
They're
stick
paying
around
them.
and be background.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which they were young enough that they probably weren't annoying about it.
Yeah. They probably already
They
had
were
to go
probably
to
just like,
school.
okay, cool.
That's exactly, and especially Cormac because he's
So
very talented.
we just
guy.
saw Half-Blood Prince on the
We just don't have one.
Also, I think we got another donation.
Who is this?
We
What?
did?
We did? Megan!
We did.
Megan, you gotta take a shot! Megan!
What?
You gotta take a shot!
Confusion.
You gotta take a shot!
Who is it? How much is it?
I don't know.
We're
Tetris,
looking.
It
pause it.
literally only has to be $1 for you to
I
take a
know.
shot.
Yeah,
I know.
those were your
What are you watching back there?
Oh, it's from Concern.
Tetris, pause it.
Yeah, we're
Concerned Slughorn. Oh my god! Someone's watching on Facebook because that's what I was talking about.
it's from
I'm watching the scan.
Concerned
I
Slughorn.
Concern.
Oh my god.
We got a
So
contribution.
That's amazing.
Oh, that was a shot.
I feel like that must have been his
Oh, you the
contribution.
shot first?
Yeah.
I feel like it must have been
Obviously.
Zach's contribution.
Okay, do we know who it was?
No, we
Is
don't.
it anonymous?
It was Concerned
It's anonymous.
Slughorn.
Oh, the
Yeah, that's it.
That's a very funny name.
that is a
Because we were all talking
fantastic
about,
funny
so you
name.
missed it. Like, we were talking about like this weird, awkward blocking in this like hospital wing scene. Oh my god, it's the bathroom scene.
Oh,
It's the bathroom scene. It's the
oh.
fight in the bathroom with the water spraying, and he's gonna.
Oh my god, this scene just must have been helped you.
Oh my god,
How much
nightmare,
was it?
nightmare, absolute nightmare. God, look at these shots.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh god, and he got him, and he got him.
Even just like this mist.
Look at that light that he the way they
Yes,
that
yes.
light. So good.
So beautiful.
How are you chasing tea?
It's
It's
very
very
good.
good tea. I
It
will
is
say.
cranberry juice. In a
I had
tea.
Zach has gout, and so he has a large thing of
gout?
Yeah,
You're
he does.
still last.
And he has a very large thing of He drinks a thing of cranberry juice baking soda every morning. It's like a thing, like a remedy. And so I was.
Y'all. Hold on. I'm so sorry. This is a very serious conversation that you're having, but
It's
I
not.
like. I
The
like.
point is,
I
I
like
had cranberry juice
glanced
at home,
I
and
caught
my
this
tea was full. And
epic
Look
blocking
at that
shot.
shot.
Can we just talk about this shot? Hold on 2
Yeah, let's do
seconds.
it.
Because, like, it has to be with Snape's entrance. Okay. It's epic. So we get this super dramatic, emotional scene of Draco on the floor, right? And there's water flowing and the emotional music. Snape comes in and then.
Oh,
like, just the robe. Like,
the rope and the water and
the
little-
mist and the water and the lighting. And then Snape, like, goes.
And the overhead.
And
shoulder.
the cape
just like it was the cape.
It was
It was
so
the cape,
dramatic.
but it's-
He's like, turn.
although, okay, I'm
Also,
stepping
he's
in
healing
here.
him. He's healing him. But why is the blood disappearing from his shirt? These are two separate spells. He has not even approached a cleaning spell.
That's very true.
That is
I will
very
step
true.
in here and say that I read Half-Blood. I just finished Half-Blood Prince recently, like 2 weeks ago. And I will say that reading it and watching that, I did feel more emotion watching that than I did.
And you did reading it?
Oh, let me tell you something. This
That
direct DP
scene.
combination
Oh,
Yeah.
is not good.
I mean, I read it and I was like, oh, I felt like
What?
The tension that
director
they
DP
built
combo.
throughout that like wand fight in those shots,
So you like that
and
movie?
then
oh, I love
the
that.
music
a lot of people
and
didn't
the
like it.
I don't know
I
why.
love
No,
this.
most
This is
people
my
just
favorite.
most people this isn't different.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
They said
okay,
it was too
really
Twilight.
quickly,
I don't.
Concerned
I don't even know what
Slughorn.
that
Came out in the time
Thank you
Twilight
so
was
much,
big.
Concerned
And
Slughorn,
then it
for
has
your
all the
contribution.
lovey-dovey stuff with
This
the
is for
swirl.
you.
It's the book.
So it was like more
oh,
like.
you're taking the shot now?
Yeah, I said it.
Cheers!
Oh, we were
Cheers!
getting heavy, yeah.
To concerned Slughorn.
Yes.
Concerns.
Thank you.
Much better than a
Concerned
non-concerned
Slughorn.
Slughorn.
I love
Slughorn
Megan
was-
taking the shot.
And then
She
Megan
wasn't
really
even here
took
for the
a full
conversation
shot.
that
Yeah,
inspired
Megan's
concerned
taking
Slughorn.
full shot.
Full shots.
She's the
Yes.
sixth
As
shot.
opposed to what?
Baby shots.
Like
Baby
these
shots.
glasses are full.
Cheater baby shots. Not doing those. She's taking real ones.
Oh, wait, that bird was still alive?
That is
different
the
part.
that's the
Oh.
evidence. No,
Oh,
no.
Elion.
That's what proves
You
that
know they got that. You know that.
Oh, because they do.
They have what in Orlando?
the vanishing
The-
cabinet.
yeah,
the
the-
cabinet.
yeah, they
It's
do.
in the
It's really
it's in the
cool.
store.
It's
in
important.
Dorgan.
Oh,
It's really
Okay,
man.
we have to go.
See, when I was in Orlando, it was only the first
oh,
half. The second half had not
It is so
opened yet.
Okay, it is
It's
amazing.
phenomenal.
So first of all, you know how like Hogsmeade is really built to 3/4 scale. Like everything it's beautiful and it's stunning, but it's smaller than
Yeah.
a real building. Diagon Alley is built to full scale. So when you're in the alley, you're like, whoa, I am straight up in an alley. Like it feels like you were in a cobblestone
Oh,
alley, like
wow.
a real one.
And
Like full scale. And there are ads all over, like
it's
like
so cool.
plastered ads on the walls and stuff. And like God, it's so good. And they have a stage where like, you know, in Hogsmeade they have like the students come out or whatever. But like this stage they have like Celestina Warbeck and she's and like they do a live production version of The Tale of the Three Brothers.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm sorry. Because I've not read the books,
Uh-huh.
Harry and Ginny.
Oh.
I know it's a thing, whether books or not, nobody likes it. But I will say it is 1,000 times better in the books than it is the movie.
Oh,
what
obviously,
the fuck in these movies?
He's back in his thing.
Y'all don't understand how much I
His
love
full
him
outfit.
walking around
Slughorn
school
comes
in his
out
outfit.
in his like graduation cap.
It's just so epic.
So
Like,
much.
Slughorn is so extra.
Why does he just wear a graduation cap?
This is the scene.
But this is the thing. Also, too, Slughorn is walking around school teaching in a full like graduation.
Like graduation cap and
like a
gown.
robe.
And you know what?
And
Good
I'm
for him.
like, this
Yeah,
is
good
the
for
extra
him.
that I aspire to be.
So Harry just drank the Felix Felicis. Oh, that was a cool shot too.
Oh,
He like
it was
came
cool.
over his head, right?
You guys, when we
Close up,
get to
and then we pulled back.
350. When we get to
350 baggers, we are going to reenact the scene
This
happening
scene
right now.
that
you
we're
can't-
watching, where Harry
you
drinks
can't
the Felix
see.
Felicis and goes out to try and find out about the Horcruxes.
I used
And a
to
lot
have
of
a Felix
crazy,
Felicis
nonsensical
necklace.
hijinks happen.
Yeah,
I
and
love
also just so
that.
that I'm actually planning to go to Harry Potter World
His
for my
performance.
birthday in May.
You know what's also really fun?
In
is-
May.
Oh, I forgot that. I was like, because this has been talked about so much, I forgot.
Sorry. No, I'm listening, guys. I'm lagging behind a bit.
You
in,
probably,
like,
if y'all want a free place,
Elliot's feet is
if you
lagging.
want a free place to stay, my mom lives like less than an hour drive away. You could totally crash with her. Like I don't know if you probably weren't planning to rent a car. No.
We were
Right, so that's a problem.
because we were gonna see Justin Timberlake Monday night.
Are you gonna tell them our whole weekend? Are you ready?
Well, just the Florida part.
Oh, okay.
Justin Timberlake one.
There's the Florida part. Is there other parts?
Apparently, there's other parts.
Oh,
There's a whole birthday thing happening.
What other parts? You go to
So-
Georgia?
I want to be part of the part.
Her favorite city,
You
Atlanta.
know,
No, I'm just anytime Texas goes to Florida, he goes to Georgia. So I'm like, where are you all
Not
going?
this time.
Where are you going?
So
You know, my birthday's like 12 days after.
it is. Your birthday is very close to mine. So I was trying to say it. We going to Justin Timberlake on Monday.
Man of the Woods.
Man of the Woods. Man of the Woods tour. Universal Studios on Tuesday. Havana, Cuba on Wednesday
Into Thursday.
into Thursday.
Playing.
Then Thursday, coming back to Miami.
Sorry, so you guys think you're going to do Havana for 2 days?
Monday.
well, the man
You guys are going to go to
belongs
Havana for 1 day.
Yeah,
Havana, Cuba?
that's right.
I was watching Harry Potter. I missed all this.
Well,
That's a lot. All right.
Go on, turn your little head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she a hater. That's what she do. She don't know how to be happy for nobody.
Well, I just gave you a thumbs up. I said,
Megan's gonna be very happy in a second.
Double neck roll.
It's so loud. That was what she deserved.
Don't look at the screen.
So Aragog, the giant spider, is dead on the screen.
He's
Megan
dead.
is not very
Like,
afraid of
that's the part.
spiders. And she turned around and saw him.
Daggone freaking thing.
Here we are.
Is he gone?
I wasn't looking.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's
now.
gone for good.
They're gonna cut back.
Okay,
They're gonna
no,
cut back
no.
to his dead body.
Oh, that's my
Don't-
favorite part.
The
don't look.
pictures.
He was like, again, this movie is full
Yeah,
of iconic.
I reckon that too.
You want to? The only
I want
iconic.
you to know that this experience tonight is rapidly making this into my favorite film.
This is so good.
Like,
Woo!
this is becoming my favorite Harry Potter film for sure.
Yay! Oh, but look at those.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a film.
Don't look right now.
I'm about to say, Megan, you being real.
He's got to
careful.
collect some
I'm
venom.
not looking.
But you could have seen Miss Prime.
Magnificent.
Just magnificent.
Doesn't oh, and this whole scene is so funny.
Oh dear. He pulled out his leg.
This is so funny.
Oh dear.
He's a great character,
Oh.
by the way, Sledgehammer.
Slughorn? Oh my.
Sludgehorn?
You can call him Sludgehorn. Somebody needs to get caught up. Somebody needs to do a
Slut
research.
He a great character, Slut Toy.
Dude, Daniel
Slut
Radcliffe's
toy.
face has been frozen this entire scene.
Daniel is
He's just like-
perfection in this movie. Probably.
Oh,
He's dead though.
I love when
No,
you
but
say
just
that.
the thing. It's
Don't
just like
just beautiful things.
they're
Gowns,
not
beautiful gowns.
I love how you said that. Cool.
He's shot.
Oh,
that's
woo wee, man.
Okay, Aragon's gone forever.
Yeah, you'll never see him again.
He's so happy to listen to these two drunk assholes singing songs. Had him from an egg, you know.
Oh,
Look, look at the
please, my.
I once had a fish. Francis is very dear to me.
This scene
This
is so
man
good.
plays
Oh,
so good. Puff.
literally just and his hands like
That's life, I suppose.
suddenly.
Oh my god, by the way, Oliver might be
Harry
really
said-
sick.
Oh
No.
Yeah, I saw him at the vet. What's up?
I'm like,
Does he hang out?
no, he could have diabetes or a kidney disease.
Why are you?
Oh,
Because they were talking about animals going poof, and I was like,
she was talking.
I
He
too
was
was
talking about the fragility of life.
and animals and pets.
Well, they were talking about pets, and then he was talking about you go along, and then suddenly poof.
and then
And it reminded Megan of the fragility of all of his life.
Because what if
The
his kidney
hammer.
disease is like, oh, he only can live for a year or something?
I mean, I know what you mean. Okay, one day my dog didn't want to eat his breakfast, and then 3 hours later he was dead. So you know, he was a corgi. He was like my.
What was it?
He was
Did
my
you find
love.
out?
Yeah, well, he had cancer, and it metastasized through his whole abdomen, and like literally, so I had been out of town, and I came back into town. And we had our reunion, right? I'd been gone for like 2 weeks, and I got back in town, and we like hung out, and we like, went out in the yard, and it was like, he was ready, and he was a corgi, and he used to play soccer. Like we had these giant oversized balls, and he would like run and knock them with his head, like headbutt them, and he would play soccer, and he would literally like you could kick it out across the yard, and he would go and get it and bring it back, like playing, like dribbling like a soccer ball. He was amazing. Absolutely amazing. He lived with me in college, and like he would follow me around off leash, and we would go up to the office. Like I would go to the leasing office to like talk to them about something, and I would have him sit outside the front door, and they'd leave the door open and everything, and people would come in and out, and he would just sit outside the door just waiting for me the whole time I was up there, and he became like this mascot. Like everyone in the complex knew him, and they just like loved him. And then after he passed away, because he passed while I was still living there, I got another corgi like almost a year later, and I would walk him on the leash, and everyone would be like, when are you gonna have him sitting outside the door like Reddy? And I was like, Reddy was unique, okay? Like
You're like, calm down.
like Reddy was a
Two
special
different
character.
dogs.
Like
I was ready.
he was 8.
So you
Yeah, he got cancer, probably liver. We don't know because by the time we found it, they found the mass on like his kidney, and then we did a larger scan because basically he just the day after I got back, he wouldn't get up in the morning. We had our reunion, and then the very next day, he wouldn't eat his breakfast, and he didn't want to get up off the floor.
And then that's when he.
And so then we brought him to the
Waiting
vet.
for you.
Yeah, he was waiting. He was waiting to say goodbye. And then we brought him to the emergency clinic, and they had to do a scan. They found that mass, and then they sent us to a specialist to get a bigger scan because they were like, "Oh, but this is operable. This is totally operable." The vet was like, "My dog had a mass in the same spot. We did a thing. He lived for another 3 years." And then we went to get a larger scan of his full abdomen, and it had metastasized everywhere. And so there was nothing for it, and they were like, "We have to put him down. Like we can't get rid of it. He's suffering. He's in pain. He can't eat." And so we had to put him down. So like literally in less than 5 hours from my mom trying to feed him, he was gone. And so like we're in the vet's office, and I'm like sobbing sobbing, like loudly sobbing. You can hear me through the entire bedtime. So I'm in one room, you can hear me everywhere. And I'm like on the ground with him, like trying to say goodbye. And I can see Vet Techs like walking by, and there's like a little window on the door, and they keep looking in, and everyone is crying. Everyone in the entire office is crying because, I mean, how do you deal with that, right? There's this like young girl. I was like 19, right? And there's this young girl just sobbing hysterically because she's like losing her best friend. Like, yeah. So unfortunately, I ruined that day for everyone in that office. Those poor people, like, literally couldn't stop themselves from crying. Like, every person I saw was just like trying to keep it together, but just like tears, you know? Just awful, just awful. But he clearly like was okay until the end, you know, and he hung out and he loved me, and then he waited for me because he loved me. He was my baby.
He waited for you. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
anyway, I was saying I totally
ready.
understand.
Can we do a toast to ready?
Ready. Oh,
To
yes,
Ready.
to ready. Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. What a wonderful dog.
I feel like it would never actually happen, but I feel like to watch this live stream from beginning to end would be a roller
This is
coaster.
a journey.
Yeah. Now y'all know about my dog Ready.
I think my cousin thinks just so much.
Yeah, I will say watching this live stream from top to bottom.
If you have watched
we are still
hold on, if you have
And
watched
it's like, at what point did you jump in? Did you jump in the beginning?
if you
It's
have
like
watched this
motivation.
live stream
Did you
from
jump
top
in for
to
like
finish,
wasted? Did you jump
or
in for like
Meanwhile,
serious?
start to finish,
Did you
and
jump
you
in
have
for the-
not contributed yet, what are you doing? The entire reason of this is
Yeah,
contributing.
where's the
Yes.
If you
Oh,
have
yeah.
watched, I said if you have watched from start to now and you haven't contributed,
And I tell you what, you can still contribute tomorrow. We'll still take. Well,
we
I'm
have
not taking
9 to
but
10. We have 9 to 10 days
Let's
left.
we can make a
contribute.
separate video for our announcement. can't
We
make
do.
it
We'll
now
make a
because
separate video.
It's too late.
I'm
Oh,
so
whoa.
fucking sick dog town.
Eliana just went out on the video, y'all.
Just like that. My
Yes,
movie is
correct.
still playing. Harry Potter is having an interesting conversation with Dumbledore right now. Okay, what do we
By the
think
way,
about this
I live with this
Dumbledore?
woman. That's what happens.
Look, right
She just be
now.
out. You just be talking to
Harry brought
Eliana, and
his
then she be
memory
like,
from Dumbledore is realizing that
He is 100% accurate. I love it.
okay. Look, so Dumbledore is realizing right now that Voldemort made 7 Horcruxes.
No.
And he brought out the diary, the stabbed diary from
"Rewind
his
and find this
book
diary."
too.
When I was
Yeah.
This is and a ring, and we don't know what this ring
One
is.
of them, and the ring is
We
the
don't know
other.
about the ring yet.
So we need 5
Look, he's asking
left.
about the ring. Says it's difficult to find, even more
Fuck.
difficult to
And look at
describe.
his
He holds up
hand.
his mangled hand.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, the hand with the ring.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say though that I don't think that his hand looks mangled enough.
Because it's early. Remember, it's a progressive curse.
Well,
And so
in the I will say also in the books, and again, and
Oh,
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
the
say
only
that.
thing that I can bring to this is that I recently listened to this book. Recently listening to Half Blood Prince, I did audiobook. Recently listening to they didn't.
So I just watched Dumbledore realize that Harry wasn't Horcrux.
Oh yeah, because
yeah.
Harry doesn't know and he knows.
Yeah, right. Harry just
And Dumbledore
he
like just
just did that little
realized,
body
I think.
twitch
Yeah.
when he
He
spun
had
the
this,
ring.
like,
and Dumbledore said
Leaves traces. Yeah.
Ooh.
I never picked up
But
on
yes,
that.
rewind.
I mean,
Tell us.
They
maybe
never
not.
said like mangled. It was very much like a black and blue.
Yeah, it was
Black.
I expected it to be. I actually like looking at his hand. It's very much what it was, just like a very dark, like as if it was a dead hand
Yes,
almost,
yes,
right?
exactly
Like
what
a
it's
black and
supposed to be.
blue.
Exactly what's
Dead
supposed to be is
hand.
it's blackening and dying. And
Not
like
mangled.
spreading.
No, I thought that it was like a.
I just didn't think it was dark.
No, that's.
It
what
wasn't dark
I
enough.
thought it
I
was
agree.
dark.
Sorry, Ellen.
Because we are so
It wasn't
like,
dark enough.
we are so far into the 6th book by now
That it should
that
be
his hand should be black.
Yeah, it should be like. It should be
the color
It
of
should,
mud.
it should be.
It should be
it
like
be
a-
dead.
it should be
like
like a
dead
mummy.
dark.
like a mummy's
Almost.
hand. Like
Well,
Like
little
it's
less
and yeah, but it should because his hand
But it should be
is
even
like
worse.
by the end of the movie his hand should be dead.
Yeah.
And the curse should
Did
be
Dumbledore
spreading
just have to
into
get a
his body,
shave? He
right?
doesn't even have hair on his face.
Dumbledore?
Dumbledore just told Harry to get a shave. You need a
Oh,
shave,
The
my
funny
friend.
thing is, I thought
And he
you
doesn't-
said Dumbledore didn't have hair on his face.
No.
Meanwhile,
Harry doesn't have hair on his face. He said you need
Meanwhile,
a
look
shave.
at-
He
look
said you
at
need a
this
shave, my friend.
How can you say that Dumbledore isn't
I
gay?
thought he
Because
said
look
it
at
to
the way that he adorns his beard.
Oh,
Like,
I
it's just
know.
Like,
I thought he was talking to Snape about the shave. Was he not talking to Snape?
There's Snape's not there though.
Yeah, but he was there. He sent him away, and I thought he told him to go shave. Or whatever he said.
Oh,
I
I
missed
didn't
it. I missed it.
Oh, I might not be able to watch
it is.
Like the cave or post cave?
Oh, God.
No, you
Towards
told
the end
me.
of the
You
day.
told me that Dumbledore's death doesn't do much for you anymore.
In the movie, it doesn't, but I'm emotional about it.
Because you had.
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think like
They didn't do it right in the movie.
yeah, and it was
And I
tough.
love this movie.
Oh,
Aliana said the opposite. She said that the one thing that the movies did right was give Dumbledore's death the right moment.
Are you delusional?
Oh my god.
Wow.
that shot of him falling.
I mean, the shot of him falling is okay, but the entire handling of his death and the rewriting of it for no reason at all is
The
disgusting.
rewriting.
But
What do you
this
mean
is
the
the thing. I'm
rewriting?
not one of those.
I haven't
people-
seen this movie in a long time.
Y'all have to remember.
I don't really remember.
The rewriting never bothers me as much as it bothers.
Okay, so
the fans, because
Correct me if I'm wrong. The only rewriting I'm aware of is that in the movies, Harry is underneath and Snape
This
says
shot
versus
is-
like in the
Oh,
books,
man.
Dumbledore
Honestly,
freezes.
That like
Is that
behind it, the two of them on
Man.
that.
That's the
I
only
see.
rewrite I'm aware of.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty serious rewrite.
Wait, I missed it. I was talking about Harry Potter.
I mean, yes, but
Can you
Wait,
give us
what?
a rewrite?
Recap? I'm
so
sorry.
basically in
Yeah,
so
get in here.
in the books, Dumbledore freezes Harry during
Yes.
like prior
Yeah,
to his
yeah,
death. He freezes Harry
And covers
so-
him with the
and covers him
invisibility
with the invisibility cloak. In the
Wait,
movie,
no, that's not there.
Harry somehow like
randomly just under the
he
board.
goes under the board, and then at one point he sees Snape, and Snape says shh, and so he just
Right.
doesn't. He like chooses not to move, versus in the books he physically can't move.
Which I will say is much more true to his real character.
Yeah.
The
Of
books.
course.
Because
It
of
is.
course, he's just gonna fucking rush in there.
He's not gonna let.
He's Harry Potter the Gryffindor. He is gonna rush in there the second he feels like he should. Of course he is.
I mean,
There's
the
no
thing
way
is,
Harry
the thing is,
Potter
I don't know
stood
why
there
they did
and
that
watched
rewrite.
Dumbledore die.
I don't know why they did that rewrite, but I don't. What I'm saying is, what I don't. That was a disservice to Harry as a character.
Yeah.
What I don't think that didn't change the emotion or the like arc of Dumbledore's actual death. That changed the like Harry's character, because Harry's character would never just sit under boards and not do
But
anything.
I also think that the reason they did it in the movies is because it makes Snape's betrayal dig deeper into Harry.
Right, because he chooses to trust Snape
Trust Snape.
in that moment.
Yes.
And then
Yes,
that
I
had
agree
been
with
a
that.
draw for him.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
Dumbledore kept being like,
Right,
no,
right,
like,
you're
trust
right, you're
Snape.
right.
So he chose
In
to
that
trust
moment, he
Snape.
chooses to
And then
trust him.
Snape still betrays him, so then it makes his anger towards Snape 100
No, you're
times
totally
more.
right. That's exactly right.
And I think that that's because in the movies we don't get to develop their relationship.
Right.
In the books, it was like,
But again, going back to Eliana being like, "Oh, I can't watch this; it's emotional." I think that again, Dumbledore's death scene is not changed at all from the books. Harry's involvement has changed.
I guess y'all like that. I didn't love this whole like thing. I guess I did.
I don't.
I'm just like-
I mean, how else would you see
And
his
that's why
death?
I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the scene where Dumbledore's falling. You know what I mean?
But the point is like outside there are so many moments within the series that they don't give justice and they don't give a moment, right? There are so many moments that don't live in the books, or there's so many moments that are small moments.
And I was gonna say, it was so
Yeah, that was
so random.
Oh, that was terrible.
I literally, when
And
I
so when
watched the
Dumbledore
movies,
died, like-
or I should say, when I went to go read the books after watching the movies, I literally didn't even know who Sirius Black was. That's how unimportant they made the
First of all,
Sirius
let me
Black
tell you
death
something.
in the movie.
Who has only seen the movies when you're a book reader
Oh,
is shocking.
it is shocking.
And it's no offense to you.
It's fine.
Because you see it, but it's not your fault. But the thing
is,
is that, but you still get a different perspective because she doesn't have the context of the book. And so some of the things that she's just like,
that's what I was saying. Even though I'm more familiar with the movies, I still have the context because I've read a whole.
Exactly.
You went into seeing the movies knowing who these characters were, and it 100% colors how you see all of it, right? Because you perceive like
It's just an
You
enhancement of
it's
your
yes,
knowledge.
yes.
whereas
Whereas
because she went into them like sight
like
unseen,
cold, she only
it would be
knows.
some stuff, and I would be like, and then I'm like,
Again,
yeah, I guess
Fred
you're
Run
right.
dead.
Okay.
We have a viewer.
Oh, hi, viewer.
Oh God,
Fred Run
everyone
dead.
calm down.
That was too much.
So to recap
We got
on
so
Fred Rhymes is
excited.
dead because
But
now
like,
you
my
know that.
You black girls get thirsty.
What?
We are watching Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and we are talking about movies and lighting in cinema. And Megan has not really read the books.
No.
But she has
Lies.
now.
I have now. The only book that I have not finished is Deathly Hallows. The point is that I watched all the movies prior to reading the books. So we're talking about the difference in watching the movies before you read the book. I have now read all of the books outside of I haven't finished Deathly Hallows. Talking about the difference. That's what we're talking about.
Whoever watching, donate money.
Contribute.
Send those contributions.
Okay. Can we
They
talk
left.
about this? Do we think that this performance is good or over?
No,
Great.
good.
I think it's amazing because again, the only thing that I can
Like
give you.
this part?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like it's
But you know, I prefer restraint.
it's like
Yes.
it's not subtle enough.
But I also
Subtle
agree.
and you
And I
should have
also
subtly been dying.
Like to throw
Because we
shade
all know how it
at
feels to die.
our favorite friend Bruno. I don't know that I love the visuals
Yeah, I
of
was
them in
gonna
the
say,
cave.
I think that this
Well,
is.
because it's just it's like a.
I don't like the lighting.
Well, first of all, but even the light I didn't like. I don't like the lighting. I don't like maybe even the set design.
For me, it's the lighting.
Really green.
It's not even the green. It's like
Sometimes
it's so black and white.
I beat up on myself because I've lived in LA too long. And I look at stuff too intensely, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate
Oh,
all this.
sure.
And
Because
then
the
I watch
first
something
time-
with y'all, and I'm like, thank God I'm not this bad. I'm like, then y'all, now I understand why Eliana hates everything. Like, y'all overanalyze the shit out of
I
stuff.
do.
Well, I mean, first of all, the lighting on Dumbledore is terrible.
Never have I ever lighting on this
I mean, it's
character.
terrible.
You don't.
No, I
You
would
don't
like to
need
be like
start.
everybody else in America and
And
just
what I
watch
want to
movies.
say is that
I mean, that's
overanalyze
terrible.
the shit out
But
of movies I
then-
love. Because
then they
I
fade out.
love this movie.
Yeah.
Currently, I love this movie.
And
I
also,
would be hypercritical.
It reminds me how Sweetie used to be shocked. Our old roommate. She would
Okay.
sit here and listen to us discuss stuff and be like,
I will
y'all
say,
just watch the
I will
movie?
say, especially if she like.
Oh, I know Sweetie. I know
Oh, yeah, you
Sweetie
know
because she was in We Love
Yes.
Us.
Yeah.
Oh,
would
yeah.
sometimes sit here and be
Shocked.
She couldn't believe.
Yeah, we was
it.
discussing it and breaking down stuff. And that's why I say I realize I do it sometimes. But even when I walk out of a movie, sometimes I'm like, oh, I think it could have been like written a little bit. Or I'll be like, oh, the shots were a little weird. But I don't really know what I'm talking about, you know. But then y'all sit here and be like, oh, yeah, the color correction. And I'll be like, what?
Meanwhile, the funny is we had a whole because Mary Grace had a whole conversation about how this movie is not color graded.
No, like literally, we had a very
And
in-depth
specifically
conversation.
First of all, can we just talk about the fact that this fucking scene is so contrasted? Literally, the black and the white compared to the flatness of
Yes.
the scene.
No, yeah.
That's what I was
But
talking
the
about.
thing, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I don't like about
The inferior just got
I will say also again, watching movies and then reading the books. This scene, movie-wise, the whole scene in the cave is much more intense and emotional for me than the book.
But see,
So you keep saying that
listen,
because I
you gotta
think,
read.
yeah, because
Quite possible.
Oh, they are so creepy.
but the reason this is
I will say
my
the character design on the inferior, this is solid.
It's
Solid.
really
And the way they move, like, it's so
those
creepy.
inferior.
And it's not how I could have
He does have
Fire.
It's so cool.
best wizard ever do.
Yeah, but
When then they're gonna drag him down. Oh, I can't wait to watch
Oh,
this.
there it
Oh,
No, this is a shot. This is a when he
This
come
shot
out.
from under the, yeah.
But
That's what I was gonna say. They look a lot like the Lord of the Rings.
Very Lord
photo.
of the Rings.
Or
that's
it's like a Goya
But-
thing.
But I really think that that's a fine inspiration to draw.
No,
Like,
I totally agree.
But this, when that orange light over the water, that's over the water. It's so soft. But see, the thing is, that black color about the movie, that's what I like so much.
I mean, that shocked though.
Oh, yo.
Yes, sir.
Woo.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get that from
This-
listening to the book.
with these special effects are like,
They're
Yeah,
so
no.
good.
It's
They're top notch. No, I think so.
Oh, yeah, I
Wait, were you guys saying opposite things?
yes, yeah, she was being sarcastic. And I knew she was because they're not.
No,
Meanwhile, I'm saying like, wow. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta appeal to the basic person that don't think like y'all.
Sure, of course you do. Of course you do. But you gotta shoot for Avatar, and then you settle for.
no, okay.
My
By the
favorite
way,
movie
Avatar is
of all
his
time.
favorite movie of all time.
Effects are amazing.
Okay,
I mean specifically for special effects, you shoot for Avatar.
let me tell
Always.
you.
And then your budget
Story, you do
constraints
not shoot for Avatar.
dictate where you fall. No, of course not. Story, you don't decide to remake for $50 million. You don't decide to remake Fern Gully. But
The first time I saw
That's what everybody say. Fern Gully,
because it's true.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
I
And you know how many times I don't watch people fall in love and break up and get back together again? Yeah, it's still a good movie. Next time I see it too.
I never saw Avatar in the theater.
You're
Oh,
right.
I-
No,
No, because I was
I haven't ever seen it out of the theater. I saw it 3 times while in
I've actually
theaters.
also
I did
never
see
been
3 times
out
in
of the
theaters.
I saw it 3
theater.
times in theaters and I have not seen it since.
I
Because I just felt like that was a theater
It's
experience.
a theater movie.
I
And
was
that was
like,
it.
so I was a very pretend smart kid, and I was like,
You wouldn't see it.
I'm not gonna see this motherfucker.
You wouldn't
And
see
then one of my roommates in college was like, "Oh my god, Avatar is so great! You have to watch it." So she sat me in front of our tiny
Oh,
tube
no.
TV.
Uh-uh.
She was like, "You have to watch it. You'll love it because I do love Fern Gully."
Because Fern Gully is a fucking shit, and Avatar is the shit in the same way. It's
But
a
you know what? The
classic
funny
story.
thing is when he did, because he did that same thing to me, like, oh, and I was like, you know what? Touche. You're right. I watch people do the same stories a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
Avatar still not my favorite
Oh
movie,
god. Here we
but I
go.
will not.
Here we
Oh,
go.
And
okay,
does Fern Gully have
but
entertaining?
This is very flat. Which is because it was
Well,
filmed
yeah.
on this little set with a green screen outside it.
Yeah.
Or maybe that might even be.
I wonder.
See,
if it's a
I like
different
that,
camera.
but I like it
Because
has to
the
be.
cave has a totally different type of quality.
And that's what. And that's
Which movie are you still talking? Are you talking about Fern Gully? Or
No,
we're
we're
We're back on Harry Potter. I looked up and noticed Harry Potter and had to be like, oh shit, here it goes, here it goes.
Because I
Because
love the
Dumbledore's
book
about to
and
die.
the movie, I will say, maybe I just hate the scene in here because I remember sitting in the theater and I didn't get as emotional. And but when I read that page, I remember where I was. I was like bawling. I couldn't believe it actually happened. One of the most emotional moments of my life.
Oh, when Dumbledore.
I think in general,
So watching it in the movie,
my
I didn't get it.
relationship to Dumbledore on the page was so much deeper
Yeah.
than my relation to him in the films.
Yeah.
And it's not the
So
fault of
detached.
this movie.
It's not.
It's not this movie. It's not his death scene. It's my overall relationship to him developed over the films.
Yeah.
I don't care as much about him in the films
That's
as I
true.
did when I read the books.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, no. I don't care about movie Dumbledore. Even
Movie
if he
Dumbledore
had
is
this,
so-
I care
He's
about
so detached, and you can always kind of tell. Maybe it's just because Michael Gambon is
Wait,
an
and that
actor, a great
was-
actor, but you can tell he has.
I know
like,
this.
a
That was
motive.
the elder one.
But when
That was the Elder One.
Yeah.
That was Draco disarming Dumbledore
And
of
Very
the Elder
important.
One, and therefore
the duel,
winning the Elder One. He now possesses the Elder One.
like, yo,
He
Draco
has its
technically
loyalty.
defeated all this Dumbledore.
Yeah.
You know, I think
I
it's
mean,
like,
Dumbledore
Most
literally
important
got
trait.
done
If
But
you
technically,
talk about
yes.
goddamn
by the Elder One's rules.
this guy,
This
But
Michael.
And I always felt bad because like
Oh my
Richard
God.
couldn't do the rest of the movies because he
I
had
have to
died.
do this.
But I wish I could have seen Richard go through these movies.
Now,
So the other thing is like that line. Draco isn't even that concerned about himself. He's concerned about his mom. Like, yeah, he'll kill you, but like in that moment, he has to kill Dumbledore or Voldemort will kill his mom.
Right.
Reading benefits.
Well, there's the unbreakable vow that Snape has to help him.
Yeah.
Like,
But the Voldemort was gonna kill his mom. But outside of the unbreakable vow.
because he doesn't know about it.
Exactly. He doesn't know that.
Yeah. Draco doesn't know.
Yeah.
No. But Snape knows that he has to kill
Because
Dumbledore.
again, Harry was ready, and I think that's why they did it. Because
Right. He tells him to stand down. And it's because Snape knows he has to kill Dumbledore. One, because he's promised Dumbledore already. Because Dumbledore's dying, right? He knows Dumbledore's dying. He knows
Does
he's
he?
promised Dumbledore.
Yeah, to make that
because
agreement
they have a
already.
whole agreement already where Dumbledore told he's been trying to help Dumbledore stop the spread of the curse from the ring, and they're failing. So Dumbledore already knows he's going to die. So then Dumbledore knows about the unbreakable vow that Snape made to help Draco kill him.
So that's why he says, please.
But see,
He's begging him to kill him.
before this even happened, before we watched this scene, I was literally gonna ask you guys, and now I feel stupid. I was gonna be like, so I want to have the debate. I was gonna be like, so Severus, please. Was he saying Severus, please?
No,
He was saying, Severus, please kill me.
Please kill me because
I always have questions.
because consistently through the books.
I think if you read the books, you know that
Because
he's not
he
asking.
doesn't remember the books. He doesn't remember them. So
Meanwhile, I just read the book. I'm like, how do you not know what this
he
means?
doesn't remember the books. In the books, it's very clear. He's been helping Dumbledore fight the curse in his hand. He knows he's dying. They've made an agreement. He's going to kill him. Snape doesn't want to. Snape never wants to do it.
Angry
Right.
with him because he didn't.
He resented and was angry with Dumbledore for making him promise to kill him.
Look at Draco. Draco's performance was so terrifying.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah. Tom nailed it in this one.
And,
Phenomenal.
but this is why, but see, when Harry was running after the team, was furious, and that's because he trusted
He
Snape.
trusted Snape.
But
That's why he
also,
was so,
in the books, there's so many other things going on and people dying and
Yeah,
fighting.
because
and
they
like,
go through the whole castle and like have a whole like invasion.
yeah, why don't we see
They
that?
said they just flee. Like they all came just to kill Dumbledore and then leave. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah, that whole moment they had at the Burrow, we couldn't get over here.
Yep.
Minus the corn stuff, obviously, those were epic. They were. I was just
So
about to
let's
say
say, right? Say
Oh.
If I was in the Wizarding
Oh my
World,
God,
I would have went into
that's
the
how
Deathly
it's
Hallows
fun.
like.
That's Hagrid's hut. They burn it down.
Meanwhile, I'm like, how
I'm-
do they? Like, they had to have two Hagrid's huts because the Hagrid's hut.
Be
had
like, we gotta
had
rally up
cities.
and get Voldemort out of the way.
Well, of course they had two Hagrid's huts. You don't think they shot this chronologically? Like, no, I'm just in order. They made a Hagrid's hut for burning.
What'd you
What does
say?
that mean?
by that.
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean go into the Deathly
No,
Hallows?
I said if I was not going to the actual Deathly Hallows of the location, I'm saying the book. Like if I was living through this timeline, at the end of this movie, going into Deathly Hallows, I would have been like,
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, I see what
you
you're saying.
mean the timeline?
exactly.
I see
I would have seen the newspapers and they would have said Dumbledore dead, and I'd have been like, oh, we ain't got shit.
Oh, we
What?
fucked.
Oh, y'all want to send Harry Potter? Great.
Great. Harry Potter.
He's been great for us.
Harry Potter the child. Cool.
I'm like, all right.
Oh, okay. You
They
said,
took Hogwarts.
you like, oh, Hogwarts been taken?
I'm like,
Cool.
cool. I'm just gonna mind my business.
Yeah.
Also in the movies, and I
Oh,
Oh,
Wait, did you not even
wait a
know
minute.
that, Bill?
Wait a
I mean,
minute. Yes.
Assistant?
well, first of all, no, I didn't. But I mean, obviously, in like book 1 or 2, I knew that Bill existed.
Okay.
But in watching the movies, no, not at all.
They
I mean,
never-
I didn't know who the two random people that they went to in that one. The one time they go to like Bill and what's his wife's name? Whatever. Fleur. When they went to Bill and Fleur's house in the movies for that like one scene, I had no idea.
no,
who those people were. Literally, I had no idea. I was like, who are these people? Why are they in this house?
But
I
they
had
got
no
married.
idea.
They got married at the beginning of the movie.
But here's what's so fucked up.
so many people at the
Fleur
wedding.
is in the wedding dress.
You have no idea. super weird.
But
You know, flirt.
you wouldn't remember that from the fourth movie. If you
I have no idea whose wedding this is. And at one point, when I watched them a second time around, when I watched them the second time around, I was like, oh, this must be Tom's and Remus.
No.
Literally, still, no idea whose fucking wedding this is. So, again, no, I didn't know. So, but the point is, and then reading the books. So, yeah, no, but also, Charlie has the dragon. So, yeah, I didn't know, but they don't talk about Bill being, like, ripped to shreds.
Yeah, by the werewolf.
Yeah. No, oh my God,
No, we didn't
no.
die.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Hold on.
No, he's like, I haven't read books in a long time.
No, but when he gets scarred.
And he
By the werewolf.
and he like
How
he
red.
it was in this because what they don't have in the movie is the battle between the Death Eaters.
A whole big battle ensues because what happens is Draco with the Vanishing Cabinet lets the Death Eaters into
Yeah.
Hogwarts.
I remember that in the
And
book.
then
Remember
he
in the
kills-
books, the Aurors and the Order have been patrolling the castle.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. You
Huge
lose in the
battle.
beginning.
They just like
when they
somehow.
have
Because all
Luna
that's
being-
happening as Dumbledore's up
Yeah,
in the
so when
movie.
Harry is done,
When-
Harry
when
like
Harry
comes
comes
down
back,
and sees and
it's
there's
a whole
so
shit
many
show.
bodies and
But in the
shit
films,
happens.
it's
I
like-
remember that. It's all comes
In
back
the
to me.
films, it's like for some reason Draco spends his whole semester or year trying to let the Death Eaters in the castle for no reason. Because
Don't to
then,
let them in then. They all
no,
come up then.
but who cares? Why? Why does he need all these Death Eaters to stand around and watch him kill Dumbledore?
No, that, I
Just
never
so that
thought
they
about
can
it
then
like
leave. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's because they're trying to take over Hogwarts and they fail. Because the Aurors are all over Hogwarts and they fight the battle.
And
the
that's
Order
what I'm
of
saying. You
Phoenix,
lose in the beginning when Luna is the one to find him on the train.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it took away
Because
the
Tonks
tension of
isn't
the fact
there.
that Tonks was both Order and Horror.
Which they didn't
And they
care
had
about.
both.
Which they didn't care about because they weren't going to establish that as a presence in the film and they weren't going to have that battle.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
But-
and it's
but then-
probably a budget.
No, but that's
It's
why
just
no,
also
it's just kind of
storytelling.
condensed it all
Yeah,
into
it's-
a
that's
2-hour
why-
movie. No,
yeah.
but the thing is that's why I
It's
think
streamlining the storyline.
I think that's why the Burrow fire scene makes me extra mad because they could have taken those moments and put them into a Hogwarts battle scene in the end.
Yes, totally. You could have had those like tense fight moments.
Yeah.
But
Because
you would
you
have
have
lost.
Tonks
You
and-
would have lost the really cool cornstalk imagery.
You could have you could make corn stalks.
What? Just cornstalks in Hogwarts? Just out of nowhere. It's magic. The Death Eaters
This is a beautiful
grew
scene,
a bunch of
by the way.
corn. Oh, it is. This is a beautiful scene.
You know,
This is
instead of-
like
so
the
beautiful.
trio at the end on this balcony.
And it's beautiful visually and like just
and emotionally,
the moment,
like
exactly
this
the
this
payoff
Harry
is.
Hermione like bonding moment,
You know,
and them realizing
Ugh.
this is the moment they realized the locket was fake, and Dumbledore has died,
Mm.
and he died in Harry's mind. He put himself through this huge ordeal and almost killed himself for this fake.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Oh, RF.
R.A.B.
R.I.B.
Yeah.
Oh my god, do you remember the debates over who R.I.B.
Oh my God, who is R.A.B.?
Who is R.I.B.?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
For years, for literal
No,
years.
the
Oh,
Megan knows
oh,
who
no
R.A.B.
spoilers?
is, yes.
Oh.
No spoilers. Okay, R.A.B. So at this point,
But they did say
at this
right
point,
here,
when the books were coming
I mean,
out,
when I read the book, I was like, all right, yeah, I don't remember that.
right? Good. So you shouldn't yet.
Yeah.
So, but when the books were first coming out, after this book came out, and the fandom was just like, obviously in an uproar over one, the divide over whether Snape was good or evil.
was good or evil.
And then
I remember
secondly,
that.
over who R.A.B. was. There were so many
Yeah.
theories, and everybody's like just torturing themselves. Like, because
Yeah.
of course we all think we know Harry Potter well
Of
enough. We
course.
have to know.
And it
Who
had to
R.A.B.
be somebody that
It
has
must
already
have been established.
I will say,
and
J.K.
some
Rowling,
people
that was
knew.
some good-
Some
that was
people
good.
knew.
I knew. For the record,
Yes.
I-
Lots of people really, really knew. Like, because we didn't necessarily remember his middle initial or know his middle initial, but his first and last names had been said.
Yeah.
It had been said.
No, because
He had talked, like, his relative, we know well, had talked about him.
He
and
did.
we obviously knew their last name.
He did.
So there was a lot of, like, people really knew. There was just a lot of people who didn't buy it.
I remember because I was a senior in high school before the 7th book came out. And
Why is Ron lurking in the background in this, by the way?
because movie Ron doesn't get the justice.
Why is he being all moody over there?
He was a
Because he is the physical embodiment of the Ron Hermione shippers looking in at this Harry Hermione moment. And then here's just Fox. Oh, Fox. I was like, why is Fox just having a dramatic storm off? He's like, right, it's just Dumbledore. Ron's brother did just get mangled by a werewolf. Oh, yeah, not in this movie. Not in this movie. You're right. No, Bill was never there in this movie. Bill never showed up. Bill who? Nobody showed up. Yeah, it was Bill. Now, see, this is a
Now, Charlie was a budget reason.
I mean, you can't.
Of course, you can't.
Yeah, Charlie was a budget.
Can't want to have all 7 all the time, and second of all, you can't be showing dragons.
Yeah, like Charlie, yeah, sure. But Bill, they could have gave.
Now, this end title sequence. You know what
Yeah,
I love a good end title
Credit
sequence.
sequence. Oh my god, these are good credits.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, because she's one of the only people I know who have only seen the movies and hadn't read the books. And Megan was a perfect example of, like, wow, you could really just not have that.
But I will say, I wonder if there's people that caught, no offense, but I wonder if there's people out there that caught themselves like a Harry Potter fan. Because it didn't bother me as much that Megan hadn't read the books. Because I'm like,
yeah,
no
but
Harry
you didn't
Potter
call
fan.
yourself a Harry Potter fan.
It was a big thing.
I feel like
Yeah,
every time I
we
said
used
she
to
wasn't
argue
a fan,
about
she
it.
would get
She
really
would get
mad.
mad, yeah. And we'd be like, no, you're not. And she's like, but I am. And we're like, no.
No, but I feel like
Meanwhile, I actually know more about the books than you know, bitch.
Well, now
You don't remember.
Just read.
We're talking about.
I read it when I was 11.
We're talking about the you who existed before you were.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of
Costumes.
And you only read
Because I'm like, I don't know anybody that's out there. That's like, oh, I love Harry Potter, I'm a fan of it, but they ain't read the books. I'd be like, but I do know people that have watched the movies casually that enjoy them.
but
That's
I-
different.
But I don't think that's true because I know.
There are movie only.
I think that Megan made the distinction in the past to say that she's a movie, right?
But I think that probably happened because of Tetris.
This, yeah.
And then because I think I also came in and I was like, no, I'm not a fan.
I mean, I will say, honestly, hands down, that prior to this Tetris, Eliana, berating me. This is right. Prior to then, both my mother and myself, my mother loved. I will say, and Tetris will vouch for this. My mother loves Harry Potter. Oh my god, I have to go to Harry Potter World. Oh my god, I'm a Gryffindor. Oh my god, all these things. My mother's never read any books. My mother loves Harry Potter, as a 59, almost 60-year-old woman does.
Did she just read the books then? Why hasn't she read the books?
She doesn't read books a lot. No. So my mom and I were both huge movie fans. We just between the two of us, we were like, oh my god, love Harry Potter, love, love, love. And it literally wasn't until Tetris and Eliana were like, fuck you and your movie watching. But
we weren't like fucking we be like fanboying or fangirling, and then she's like, but I'm a fan too. And like, no, we're having a real fan moment.
Because also at that point, as we talked about before, I did not know that fan fiction or cons or any of this stuff existed. I was like, I watched all the movies. I know that this wizarding world exists. I have been to the wizarding world. I have taken the quiz. I know all about these things.
No, but
why can I not be a fan?
Because Tetris also wasn't going to cons and stuff. We were literally just saying you haven't read the books.
Oh.
We weren't talking about cons. I just only recently officially joined
No, I didn't say cons. I was saying the worlds, the universal worlds and the movies and all of those things. We had taken the quizzes, we knew who we were, the world, we loved that. And so in that sense, I was like, well, yes, I am a fan. I'm a Gryffindor and I've been to all these things and I know I've seen all the movies and I love all these different things. Why? It wasn't so much I am the biggest fan that's ever existed in the world and I should belong in cons. I never, ever tried to be that person. my whole point was like, why am I not allowed to be a fan of Harry Potter if I haven't read the book? That was my whole argument. I wasn't saying that I was a bigger fan or I was a comparable equal fan. I never said that.
But see,
my whole argument was like, why can I not be a fan?
Of course you can.
Well, they were telling me I couldn't.
So we were absolutely can. I was like real fans.
You absolutely. Meanwhile, hold on, time out. Meanwhile, I literally dressed up in costume and went to a midnight screening of the last 3 films with him.
Yeah, but even in my head, I'm like, yeah, because she liked the movie. She
likes the movie.
I would have thought.
The problem here is that I am divided on this because I hate hierarchies of fandom. So I hate the idea that like there are better fans and worse fans. I hate it because what it does is enable people to exclude women for being not real fans. It enables people to exclude others, right? But at the same time, with Harry Potter, the stories are so different. That is what I explained. For me, the problem is that the movie storyline is so limited comparatively, and the world is so much smaller, and like there isn't that depth to dive into. If you were a movie fan, that is awesome because I don't know that I would be a Harry Potter fan based off of the movies. I don't think that I would have found that love for it based off of the movies.
So I agree with that too, and I think that it's this idea of like, even when I was, if you were a huge, for Tetris, for example, who is my best friend, it's like he's read all the movies, and then I had watched.
He's probably read the movies.
Sorry, he's read all the books, and then I have seen all the movies. It's like at some point, if you feel that the world of the movies is this much bigger than the books, like if you're like, world of the books. I'm sorry, I keep saying it backwards. If the world of the books are this much bigger than the movies, and you're like that, you have to read the books. It's not like, I mean, Eliana eventually did, but never did Tetris say you have to read the books.
But I will say
you have to read
not only
these.
that, no, because everyone but to Tetris' credit, I've said that to you multiple times.
You have.
No, but what I'm saying is you had even said the books were too long. You only so I'm trying to be dead, but you just missed the books that you didn't need to read the books.
But the
we
whole
don't have
point
to
is
get deep into the Megan fandom thing, but the thing is, I'm just saying, is also as Megan's best friend, I always, like I told you, my biggest problem was I know when Megan genuinely cares about something, it gets like really excited.
Right.
And I had never seen that out of her in relation to Harry Potter.
Right.
She liked it, she had fun, but when we like Taylor Swift, when we like things, we get like so juiced. Right. I had never seen that juiceness from her and related to Harry Potter. She just was cool with it. Right. It felt like she was just going along because I liked it. She thought it was okay. Like, it was just like cool. I wasn't thinking like, oh, she loved Harry Potter. Because when she loves something, I know what that looks like. So that's why I was never like, you must read the books.
I mean, I'm not going to get into the fact that I'm not going to get into Zach's fandom.
Because Zach do love this stuff.
But you keep trying to compare you and Zach. Zach don't fan that hard for anything.
Literally not, but it's like he was like, I'll take one quiz, and Tetris is like, oh my god, my brother, my biggest fan, Hufflepuff. We here just like ride or die. I'm like, I literally have all the Gryffindor shit.
But again, the one you keep trying to make him compare
you
and Zach, but like he said, Zach don't fan over nothing.
No.
Meanwhile, he's seen you lose yourself over lots of things. He knows when you fan hard. What I don't understand is why you can't just accept that you were a casual fan. Like, what's so bad about that?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that I was never. Let's not. Like saying that I was like a movie fan versus the only thing that I ever argued, which is what I just said, was that you guys and or people telling me that I couldn't be an actual real fan, being just a movie fan.
And I've always said to people,
because there's a difference between saying, and this is what I was getting, this is the point I was getting to. There is a difference between saying like, I think that because the Harry Potter world is so big and because there are so many people, whether people like it or not, there are so many people who have just seen the movies. And yes, the movie world is so much smaller, and I now know this reading the books. The movie world is so much smaller than the books, but the point is there are a large amount of people. There's a huge number of people who have just seen the movies and are just movie fans. And I think
Yeah, I don't know those.
I don't know them people. I was gonna say.
but what I'm saying is I do, and I'm telling you guys, like the people that go to Wizarding World and all those different things there are a lot of people who are just. I'm not saying all of them or even half or a majority. I'm saying, but there are, even if you take a quarter of the people that go to Wizarding World, it's still a lot of people who are just the movie fans. And to say that like, oh, you can't be a fan because you've only seen the movies and you don't know enough things. It's like, okay, no, like you don't know all of the world, but you've appreciated what you've seen so far, and like, okay,
Totally.
enjoy what you know.
You're right.
You're
You are
right.
a
And I
fan.
agree
You're
with
a
Alex
casual fan.
on like
To use your terminology, like you're a fan. I don't want to have the same conversation with you that I want to have with a hardcore book fan.
Who knows?
Right. Well, but literally only because I want to get deep with those discussions. Like for me, my Harry Potter fandom is just really intense.
Yeah.
And so the
that's what it comes
conversations
down
I want to have are things that, unfortunately, because of the way the movies don't delve into stuff. And actually, if you've only ever read the books and then never further engaged with the fandom, I also don't really want to talk to you about stuff.
Yeah.
Because the conversations that I want to have are like deep, like your primary and secondary houses, and like fan theories from 1995, not 1995, but like, from like,
and that's like a fandom conversation world, and that's one world, and that there's so many different worlds within the umbrella
I
of
think
Harry
because
Potter.
I got so deep into Harry Potter fandom that when I say I'm a fan, that's what I mean. And when I hear someone say they're a fan, that's what I expect them to mean.
Because
And then they often don't mean that.
Yeah, somebody
Most
Like
of them
out in the
don't.
world. Well, not most of the people who say it to me. Most of the people who
Right.
say it to me, they do mean that, but it's because of the context through which I met
And
them.
I do feel like
Right, you met them
generally
in
the
fandom,
most of the
right.
people that I feel like are walking around the Wizarding World with like robes and like freaking out have read the books.
Oh,
I
robes
At
and
the very
freaking
least.
out, yes.
At
Well,
the very
Harry
least.
Potter t-shirts
Yeah.
and playing it cool, no, they're movie fans. And they're still having a great time and they're still really excited to be there. But they're not going to spend $300 on a movie accurate like uniform and freak
But
out.
I will say I agree with you that
Those are
you
your
shouldn't
book
like
and horror
hierarchy the
fans.
fan, like that gets weird.
I
But I just think
think you
that for
should
everybody
stop
that's a
doing
fan
that.
of something, you just have those levels. For instance, I'm gonna love anybody that says I like Britney Spears music. If anybody came up to me and said I love Britney Spears, like great, and we can talk and we can dance. But if I can hit you with like name like 5 non-singles off of Blackout and you can't give me one, I'm gonna be like bye. You know what I mean? It's just like there's levels to this, and it's just like if you can't dive into the deep cuts of Britney Spears with me or like her awkward performances from like certain shows, I'm gonna be like, you like Britney
but you
Spears,
did say
but you don't
sludge
like.
horn.
Huh? I did say sludge horn.
So
Well, I think also
I mean, let's just like point out the obvious. So.
it's like the thing is that I think it has to do with the source material, and so it's not like where you might be a Star Wars fan, and then there's all this like crazy extended universe that you just can't wrap your mind. Expanded. Yeah, hashtag fake fan. Get at me. So, I think that I think that Harry
Look,
Potter.
I'm just also a Harry Potter fan. I'm so sorry.
You are a Harry Potter fan
I'm
too?
also a Star Wars.
Okay.
I can talk. I'm just also a Star Wars fan, and I'm sorry that
And see, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I would put myself in like a third bracket if they had brackets.
Right.
And I fan
Right,
hard
like you
out of Star
like
Wars.
Star Wars.
A lot.
But you're not going to go out and get like a Jedi Rebel insignia.
But the thing is
I
that
would- I would get a Harry Potter
I don't think that you need to.
I have 2 Harry.
I don't think that you need to have like a super extensive knowledge of like the different star systems in Star Wars.
But there's people that are like
Well,
way more
obviously.
knowledgeable.
I think the point is don't judge the level of fandom.
Yeah.
No.
That's my
But
point.
again,
Is
but
just don't judge the level
I
of
would also
fandom.
say that if a
Yes.
but I also
Don't
think that
judge.
if you're a person who, like Alice or like me or like Mary Grace, who wants to go deeper and you're not there, you can't be mad at us for not wanting to engage. And I feel like that's the thing, because I feel like people who aren't book fans or aren't like fans, and I'm always careful to say, I'm a book fan, but I'm not really in fandom. I always say that to you guys. I'm like, first of all, I didn't know fandom existed, and I only engaged with it recently.
But I don't know, like, how many movie fans are trying to get you guys to go deep?
First of all, I get a lot of people who are fans,
What
and when I want to discuss it, and they can't, and I'm like, oh, I read the books, and then it's like, oh, all you book, and it's like, no, I'm not judging you, but at the same time, don't judge me for not wanting to discuss Harry Potter with you. I don't know how to
judging
only
you
be
for
on
not
the
being the
surface.
same kind of fan that I am. It's just I'm aware that I'm a different kind of fan, and we can't communicate.
And
the
I
way
feel like
want
movie
to
only
communicate.
fans want to act like we're the same, and it's like we're not,
We're
and
not
it's
the same.
okay.
You're
but
not
you can't be
worse.
mad at
We're
me
just
for
different.
not for like acknowledging that we're not the same. Yeah, and I feel like movie fans are like, oh, well, I'm the same as you, and it's like, no, you don't even know who Nymphadora Tonks is.
Right.
We're not the
It's
same, and it's okay, but we're not the same.
It's like when it's like talking to somebody about like calculus and physics. You know, they're like related, but
They're math.
they're
Or
like,
sorry, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
I've had a lot of wine.
They're it's not really the same.
Again, I just feel
sorry,
like
I forgot that you got your undergraduate degree. in
But
engineering.
listen, I just feel like if you don't know what happened to Neville's parents,
Right.
you can't really have a
Right.
conversation,
How do I
and it's okay.
How do I have a deeper fandom conversation that I want to have with someone who says they're a Harry Potter fan if you genuinely don't know what happened to Neville's parents?
That's such a huge part of the
Not that you can't
Right.
have
Not that they
real
don't.
conversation.
I actually
That's
feel like,
terrible.
and now that I've read the book, I feel like more importantly the fact that like what happened to Neville's parents, more than that, it's like the fact that you don't know that there was possibly another chosen.
And that's what
That's
That's
even
actually
acknowledged.
more important than what happened to his parents.
Well,
the fact that there are potentially
I love
two
that, right.
in
That's what I'm
or
saying.
chosen
And so
ones.
to me, it's like if we can't talk about that,
Because
I'm glad you're a fan, but
I
don't
saw
wanna talk
the
about it. I
final
don't
movie
know how
with
to discuss
Tetris, and
it.
there was this whole movie about like, oh, and like Neville came and he like, you know, had his moment, and in my mind I was like, but why did Neville need a moment?
Right.
Like, and when I saw the movie, like Tetris had a whole moment about that, and I was like, okay, that's fine, but like I don't know why.
But
Neville needed
again,
a moment.
so then to his point, when you went to see it with him, and you're like, why didn't
Right.
it
And
moment?
he
You
wants to
can't be
have
mad at him for being like, oh, she's not.
he wants to have this experience of being like, yes, Neville finally got his moment. And you can
Because he was-
appreciate that because you
And you
aren't a
can't
book
be
fan.
mad at him.
I
for
was
being
there
like,
enough.
but you can't be
Fair
mad at him for
But I
being
knew
like,
that.
oh,
I wasn't mad.
So
at
course you
him.
knew that. So we're
I
talking
wasn't
about
mad.
like how different fans
in
are different.
general.
But
And that's
Oh
all
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
I'm not mad at him
saying
at
not
that.
the
I
same.
was only mad at him about trying to think that I was just some like random ass girl he was bringing along to anything he wanted to do.
So
That like there's
I
a
would
difference.
say- again-
There's a difference.
I will
Because then
say
again, Brianna, you know Brianna. She went to that one of the.
She didn't dress up though, bitch. She did
put a
not
little
dress
spark
up.
on it.
do we think that like
She did not dress up.
She did just
if
be
the
glam
Harry
shot.
Potter like physical or not physical like visual media
Very
was
recently.
as big as
still
say
laugh.
like
I
Game of Thrones, and if it was like a
Bitch.
mini series or a, a show where you can expand on that lore, do you think that like Game of Thrones, Harry Potter would have a kind of more of a wider Venn diagram of the movie fans versus the
yes,
fans?
yes, absolutely. Because like people who have only seen the Game of Thrones show know so much more. Like if they're actually fans of the show, they're so much closer to the book fans in terms of knowledge and understanding of the plot. And then also like the series diverged from the books.
Well, yeah.
So like if you've only seen the movies, then you just, or if you've only seen the show, then you just don't know those new plot lines. But you know the characters in a very intimate way, and they don't really leave out that many characters in Game of Thrones. And it's a huge cast of characters because they have the time to explore. And yes, absolutely, if Harry Potter had been a series instead of like 8 movies,
Yeah.
100%, I think more people would have gotten into. I think the people who love the movies would have watched a show.
Yeah.
Right? For the most part.
Obviously. They
Well,
would have.
sort of, except that TV people and movie people are different people.
Well,
Right? Just in terms of demographics. Like, people who like to go to movies to have an experience are not always the same people who will watch a show week after week. They're just not the same people.
Fandom,
But,
like outside world people are.
sort of. Yeah. So, I'm saying, like, people who already loved Harry Potter would, of course, have watched the show. Like, duh. But the people who found Harry Potter through a movie might not have found it through a TV show.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
The audience would have been
Agreed.
smaller. So there would have
Agreed.
been fewer Harry Potter fans,
Yeah.
right? But those who watched the show would have
Would.
been so much closer to the book fans. in terms
Right,
of
because they
knowledge.
would have gotten more information.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think there's a lot of book fans that came out of the first, probably 1, 2, 3, 4 movies. So somebody that watched the first movie went and read the books, or the first 2 movies. I've heard a lot of stories about.
Oh, there's tons of those stories. Tons of those
Read
stories.
How do y'all think is over? I would love to see what you guys
My
think about the
cousin
new
just
Star
asked,
Wars
what
show.
do you guys think of the new backstory?
Show. There's a
coming
show.
out? Fantastic Beasts.
What about Fantastic Beasts?
She just said, what do you guys think with the new Fantastic Beasts movie coming out regarding the backstory of the Harry Potter world?
Make a
Okay,
contribution.
so-
Make a contribution and we'll tell you.
Oh my
Oh.
God, Megan!
What? We need money. You guys, we've been on for 6 hours and been making
We
no
are not
money.
on here for 6 hours, and I am not extorting
We've been on here for 6
people
shots.
to talk about Harry Potter.
3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes, which add plus the hour and a half that
So
we're on here.
I
We're
was,
like 5
I
hours.
cannot answer that question because
Well, yeah, I agree.
I have not watched the new trailer
I haven't. I have a strong opinion
all?
if you donate.
because I don't want to contribute to any algorithms or watch the movie in any form. I will eventually see the movie when I can I cannot contribute to the financial aspects of it in any way, shape, or form. Because unfortunately, I love the universe, and I love that we are exploring the history of the Wizarding World. I love all of it, and I want to know about Newt, and I want to know about Grindelwald. I want to know about all of that, but I just cannot support anything that's going on creatively or financially, including Joe. Joe Rowling and I we're not cool right now.
Oh, no.
She's dead to me.
First of all,
I love the
the thing
creation
that
that she
freaking
made.
bothered
but
me is
There's
that she
no
tried
way
to
that
be.
I own because I report mine. There's no way.
She's talking about mine.
The thing that bothered me is that she has become such to me, at least online, and in a lot of different ways, this strong figurehead of the left.
Yes.
And that's what kills
And
me
she
the
has
most.
abandoned us.
It's like, how do you attack Trump and you do this and you speak out on all these causes, but you're going to be a part of this franchise that cast Johnny Depp?
First
You're
of
gonna
all,
be a part of
one
this
cast
franchise?
him, then 2 stood strongly behind him,
No.
and then also she is a TERF.
Oh, my God. You saw that. You
Yeah,
saw that today,
of course I saw
Oh
that
my
today.
God.
Are you
Oh
kidding
my
me?
God. I was like, are you fucking
What the fuck?
Oh,
She's a
my
what?
God. She's
Oh my
she's
God.
She's transphobic.
So terrible.
On top of everything else, she's also transphobic. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, Joe
Wait,
Rowling,
J.K.
you're
Rowling
my
is
God, but
transphobic?
Yeah, she.
Bye.
Okay, so you know how on Twitter you can see people's likes, and she went and she liked a bunch of tweets by a bunch of quote unquote radical feminist lesbians who are known
They're
to
TERFs.
be people don't know
Oh.
what the word TERF
yeah, I forgot.
Um,
Sorry.
radical feminist
Transphobic.
lesbians who are very transphobic people, and just not very.
They're very
Okay,
aggressive.
okay. So here's a question. I'm sorry.
Non-inclusive.
Let's
And,
bring-
and
hold
so,
on.
so basically, people saw J.K. Rowling's likes on that. Not that she retweeted anything, but they were like, "J.K., we see you like
Yeah,
these things."
you got a section of your profile called likes.
And then so she removed those likes, and her publicists were like, "J.K. Rowling loves everyone." But
No, she don't, because she hired Johnny Depp and
Okay,
she don't tell me
okay.
that Dumbledore gay. He gay. But you wanted to say that he was gay after you wrote the books, but didn't want to put it in the damn book. But the book is not
And then
gay.
you get
And
another
then you get a chance to make him gay.
show
You
him
better not
being
make
gay.
him gay.
Not even just writing him,
Oh,
but
come on.
show him being
Oh.
gay, and you're just like,
I wish I had $1 billion to not give a fuck.
Okay,
exactly.
here's my question though. Here's my question.
Okay, what's your question?
You say that JK, is liking all of these transphobic things. JK is supporting Johnny Depp, and JK is saying, not acknowledging that Dumbledore is gay in all of these movies, etc., etc. Why?
boycotting Fantastic Beasts, okay, great. But if you are anti J.K. Rowling, why not boycott all of Harry? Like, why still engage in anything Harry Potter whatsoever?
That's a lot to
Because the
remove,
fandom
But that's what I'm
is
saying.
its own thing.
Yeah.
You say that the fandom is its own thing, but the fandom comes from what was originally created.
Don't care.
Because George Lucas isn't part
The
of
creation lives on, has its own life, and we own the fandom.
But we literally just watched Half-Blood Prince, which is her.
Yeah, which I will. The DVD had already been paid for.
Yes, exactly.
She didn't get any more money for us rewatching that DVD.
But just to engage it and support it and support the story of Harry Potter from 1 to 7.
I think that, like, you know, because we have grown up with the franchise and know the franchise, because, well,
I grew up with Bill Cosby. I don't still support him.
You're not letting me finish. You're interrupting me. So because we know, we have like this knowledge of the franchise, we can come at it from a really critical point of view. Because before J.K. Rowling even like had Twitter and talked about her political opinions, we were talking about how this story made us feel included and how we saw ourselves on
Right, but it was originally written by somebody who.
But it doesn't matter what the author cares about in their personal life, because books belong to the readers, and stories are what people who read the book make of it. And it doesn't matter about the personal life of whoever the fuck is on the front cover. It matters the content.
So it doesn't matter if it's a book, but it does matter if it's a movie.
No, because when you're talking about a movie, you're talking about hiring a domestic abuser,
or you have an author who supports.
So first of all, when you read a book,
Johnny Depp didn't exist.
She only wrote that book.
Exactly.
Right. So we became fans of a large fandom that had nothing to do with Johnny Depp.
Right.
Yeah, ever. Yeah. We formed an enormous community that has nothing to do, honestly, with Jo.
No.
As a human.
It does, because she literally
Calm
created
down.
it.
Don't interrupt.
But she created
Please
it.
don't interrupt.
But it's
We're
not.
literally trying
I'm
to
not
explain something
interrupting.
to you.
I'm talking.
Right, but we're literally trying to answer your question. So, like, there's a larger community that is hypercritical of Jo and has been for 20 years.
So critical
of her lack of inclusivity and her racism and, I mean, a lot of things in her work. And there's a difference between criticizing a work that you feel passionate about and criticizing a person. And I think that is the shift that has happened here between loving these books that were already released and creating a community around them for 10 years and being aware of their flaws, but still embracing their strengths and creating a loving, inclusive community that came from a fandom of that. And there's a difference between that and ignoring continued, like, exclusive behavior and beliefs from a creator who hires and financially supports in an extreme way someone we think is abusive, and who supports and propagates problematic views. Those things are like, now we're at a crossroads where we already love this community. We've built a giant, like, love support base, and we don't want to abandon that and all of the good that has come from her work and all of the wonderful community we've built around it. We're not abandoning that. We're not going to walk away from the Harry Potter community.
See, because the thing I think is that it more talk about her views, it more just goes back into your relationship with before those things happen. Like Me Too, like times of everything, Trump being elected, it's all been something current. And in my head, I kind of bypass that time period in a way of, like, Chris Brown. I'll use as an example. I don't like Chris Brown, right? I can't stand him. But would I jam to Forever right now? Probably so. Forever came out pre that happening. It was before I knew it. That's a separate thing to me. I don't know anything Chris Brown has done after that. I haven't bought an album. I don't know. But it's like, that's how I feel about it. If you already have a relationship with Harry Potter, that was before this happened.
Right.
now that this has happened, you don't have to go and continue to support whatever she's
Right.
trying to do. But before that, fine. I feel the same way with like Johnny Depp. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't like Pirates of the Caribbean and love all the pirates.
Pirates.
I love pirates. I have that relationship
And I
with
will say
pirates.
that that's also true of the Bill Cosby show. Like the Cosby show
Just because I don't like the ride.
is still magical.
You, I saw that face. You
Get
know how
out
much
of
I
here.
hate that ride.
But like,
Cosby Show is still
Cosby
magical.
show is still
Yeah,
magical.
you can't
And
say
it
it's
still
bad.
did amazing things.
That's
Bill
my
Cosby
And
is a
his
piece
work
of
was
shit
a
that I would like to
different
wipe off on the bottom of my shoe. But the fact is that before anyone knew that he was a piece of shit, that show brought a lot of magic into the world. And I think you can still love that show and love what it did for people and the relationship that you had with that show and dislike Bill Cosby. Like, these things are not separate. But if Bill Cosby now was out trying to make a new show, you
Then
can
you
still
can
be
say
a
no.
huge fan of the Cosby Show and hate the fucking spinoff that he's currently trying to make and refuse to watch it, while still loving the Cosby Show.
I have very strong different opinions, but I'm just gonna
I think also in terms of like the Harry Potter fandom, it's like what Alice is saying, that there are so many kind-hearted people that like use Harry Potter to promote like social change in the world. Like, I know a lot of my friends and colleagues who volunteer and work for the Harry Potter Alliance. They, they wrote letters to Warner Brothers like almost every day to get the chocolate at the Harry Potter parks to be fair trade, because they thought like, why should children in America be able to enjoy chocolate that was like made by children in developing countries?
There was a huge campaign.
Yeah,
for
or
years.
so it's these people who see like Hermione, Ron, and Harry like fighting against injustice and say, "Oh my God, this is fucking awesome! Let's do that in the real world." These people who have used that message to literally like send cargo planes of relief supplies to Haiti, and like raise shit tons of money for good causes. Like, those are the people and the message of Harry Potter that I see when I think about the books and the fandom. And there's no way that I'm gonna like say that there's no way I'm gonna throw all that away, because those people are amazing, and the message of the original message of the books was so inspiring that it like has caused people to literally change the world. So
Can you tell me about these chocolates?
oh my God,
Oh yeah,
so
they originally weren't fair trade,
another fair trade.
and it
Oh, I
took years of
understand.
campaigning by the HBA.
Yeah.
And they literally lobbied like Universal itself
Yeah.
for years
Yeah.
to get the chocolate served in the park to be fair trade.
Wow, that's good.
And they eventually succeeded, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Right?
That is very good.
Right? Very cool.
And donate so we can.
Hooray!
Literally nobody watching.
But people will watch it
People will
later.
watch later.
People
somebody
will watch
watches to the end of
later.
this
Fair
one.
trade chocolate.
I mean,
Contribute now.
I think
If somebody watches this,
I think
whole
that's
video
what that's
to
what
the end.
Hermione is doing too, because you saw this problem that was happening in the fandom. You saw that Hermione was portrayed as Lily White, and
Lily White.
She was.
you carved a space for yourself and for Black women because it needed to be there and you didn't see it. And I think that is one of the most inspiring things about the message of Harry Potter and the themes of Harry Potter. So it doesn't matter that it was written by a turfy Tory asshole. Like,
These are big words. These are strong words. I do think she's a little turfy. She's a little turfy.
Anna
Is she
Tory.
a
she is a
Tory?
Tory. Yeah, she is a Tory. She is. And I have a couple friends that have been personally blocked by J.K. Rowling. So.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen.
But whatever.
I don't love her. We're not buds.
No.
I 100% think she created something beautiful.
Yes.
Partially unintentionally. I think she wasn't aware of the potential of what she created, and the fandom made it into something greater than it was.
Yeah.
Based on her alone. And I think we grew it into something really transformative and beautiful, and that brought a lot of joy and positivity and growth to people's lives. And I don't think she can claim any ownership of that at all. We did that as a community, as a fan base, and as a community, and she didn't have anything to do with it. Like, literally, she didn't communicate with us for years.
No.
Like literally, what she talks about before J.K. Rowling had a Twitter, she had a Twitter. She would once every, 2 years tweet one thing that was like, a link to her website? I can't even remember. It was the same exact tweet, tweeted periodically. That, like she did not engage.
But even before that, she, before Twitter even was invented, she didn't engage with the fans at all. At all.
She made this work, and then she let it go into the world. And then didn't engage. And at that point, you have to understand that we are going to make of it what we're going to make of it. Yeah. And yes, we took it and we made something beautiful and magical with it. But you didn't do that. She didn't do that. She didn't make the HPA.
Right.
She didn't build these alliances and these coalitions and these drives to make something beautiful in the world that was inspired by her work. She just made the work.
Right.
And yes, she inspired us. Of course she did. But that doesn't mean she doesn't have lurking problems. And it doesn't mean that every work will be similarly inspiring.
Right.
Yeah. Just because you made one inspiring, wonderful thing doesn't mean everything you do for the rest of time will be good.
Yeah. Or inspiring.
Yeah. And I think these new films are also inspiring. They are inspiring us to walk away from her. I just think what she's doing now is opposed to what the fandom has interpreted her first works to be. Yeah. She put them out there and we interpreted them. And the way we interpreted them was really positive. And what she's doing now cannot be interpreted the same way. And therefore, we don't want anything to do with it. And just because she created the first thing doesn't mean she gets carte blanche to create anything. And we will just give her the same benefit of the doubt. She didn't earn the right to make whatever she wants just because she made her.
Yeah, I agree.
She has to continue making things that weigh positive in the world.
I agree. Yeah. I think that's a dispute. I think Harry Potter stands as its own thing.
Yeah,
just,
absolutely. Absolutely. Including Cursed Child is its own thing. It's in the same universe or whatever, but if we don't want it, we don't want it.
Yeah. I remember, and I'm so sorry, I think this will be the last thing, but actually when I was watching Cursed Child, sitting in the audience, and there were a few parts I remember specifically, I won't say what they were, but there was this guy behind me that was cracking up at something, and I looked over him and I was like, this can't be serious. And then there was another part. Won't say what that part is either. Oh my gosh. And most of the theater was just crying. They were so affected.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it didn't. I was and I literally was are these people serious right now? I was is this a joke?
Just didn't work for you.
I was this is pandering.
Yeah.
It just felt so cheap and pandering. And I just was really, I could not.
Yeah.
But it also was kind of okay, people, but so many people in the theater were affected. And I'm often reminded, especially now that I'm actively a part of fandom, I'm often reminded of that you can really be into the work that has happened, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
You know, because there are a lot of people I know that are actually big Harry Potter fans that don't even know about the controversy around Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Because that's a conversation that's happening when you're deeper into the fandom.
You have to go seek out further stuff. You can't like if you just go to the movie theater, you see Harry Potter, and you go home.
Yeah, and you're not like an entertainment professional. You know, like if you're just like
if you don't work in entertainment and you don't engage in the Harry Potter fandom, there's literally
you
no
will
reason
have
you would
no
know
idea. And these are people who have read the books, who have seen all the movies, who do all that stuff, but they're not. And I know that because again, like and I'm very careful even now to say like my toe is in fandom. There's so much that I'm learning. Like I am absolutely can't claim any like footed position in fandom because there's just a lot to learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be like, oh wow, like there's stuff I'm like,
I
oh
have
wow.
been in fandom for many, many, many years. And because I have a lot of other things going on in my life, there are many things I don't know.
Also true.
And I have been active in the Harry Potter fandom for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Like active, dedicated, going to cons, reading fanfic all the time, actively on Tumblr, like engaging the fandom. And there are many things that like I am not a part of because
it depends on your personality. Like some people just don't read fanfic. Some people
don't.
True.
Crazy to me.
Some people
who doesn't read?
don't.
Why not?
Some people
so
don't
great.
like Wizard Rock. Some people don't like.
I don't love Wizard Rock.
I
I do
actually
like
don't
Wizard
love-
Rock. So
You know what?
I
I love Wizard Rock.
I love my individual like Wizard Rockers. Like I love it's the same with like I have musical tastes and I'm kind of picky.
Well, yeah.
I like individual like bands.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But like
there are even like there's like sub fandoms in the fandom. There's like there's like the Quidditch players who have like their Wizard Jock drama because it's like this person won this Quidditch Cup last year and this and blah blah blah.
Which I did practice with my college team. I did play Quidditch. I was a beater. But I never got like that in the thing. But my friend Kim was like super.
Oh yeah.
I will say because I actually I didn't even know people. I didn't know, and when I went to Comic-Con the summer of 2016, I went to they do the like Harry Potter fan panel at the end of every Comic-Con that Sunday, and I went, and one of the women on the panel was like the captain of the LA Quidditch team, and I was blown away.
I was like.
And she was saying, and that day was like the World Cup, and she was like, "Oh, it's Australia versus USA," and she was like, "Sorry, the TV just does something," and she was like following the game, and I was like, "What?
Someone is playing Quidditch right now?"
And I'm like, "What?" And she was like deep in it, and I'm like, "Yo, they got International Quidditch Confederation."
Yeah,
and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I absolutely couldn't believe it. But anyway, I feel like I started this off with a point. I have forgotten it.
Well,
it's fine.
And it's almost midnight.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
wine and
Bye,
stuff.
everyone.
But the
Thank you
point
so
is
much for watching. Thank you so much to everyone
thanks for hanging out, talking about Harry Potter with us.
Thanks for contributing if you have or sharing our page. If you don't know, we are, as of this live recording, raising funds for season 2.
We're raising funds for season 2. Hermione Granger and the Quarter Life Crisis,
which is another amazing, inclusive, just piece of love that needs to be in the fandom world and in the world in general. Because
it
puts women at the forefront of their own stories, women of color, at the center of their own narrative, and it's really cool. So please support igg.me/at/Hermione.
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye bye.